Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning's messages of love from above. Happy Gemini new moon weekend. We'll talk about that here in a moment. But before we get started, I do want to send love out to the world. And if you'd like to join me in doing that, I'm more than welcome that. We can never underestimate the power that we have over the world in sending love out and the impact, not so much power over, but the impact we have on the world and transforming a lot of the fear energy that's around out there. Because unconditional love energy is the most powerful energy that there is. And just one of us sending out love energy counteracts so much fear. But when we add it together, doing it independently, even more so, but when we do it together, we multiply it, which is even more and more impact. So that's why I like doing this together. Whether you're watching live or even on replay, you can join in and do that. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just let that love flow down into our heart, fill us up, and flow out to the world. Circling the globe, putting it in a giant bubble of love that every human, every entity that has the ability to raise its love vibration, that it's sparked to do so if it is ready. Higher and higher and higher unconditional love, transforming fear and all of those lower vibrational emotions related to that. Growing unconditional love. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love in this moment, for your heart, for your physical body, for your mind, your brain, for a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send all this love to you too and circle you in your own little bubble. Just take it in like a giant hug from the creator, like a giant sponge. Just absorb the energy and allow it to into your life and into your loved ones' lives. Let it do its thing. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that and allowing me the space for that as well. And as I said, happy Gemini new moon weekend. So, of course, we got a lot of Gemini new moon energy that's going on. And last night in the my Friday evening um, live, in the beginning, I went over how we can use new moon energy for new moon wishes, and how we can use it most effectively, like the time frame we can use it within, which is most powerful, and how we use the Gemini energy for it as well. So here is the link to that one, and it actually, I went and found it. It starts at 5:55, so that was pretty cool. So if you want to check it out and get some more information on that, be sure to look at that. And so I won't go into it all here again. If you guys want to know more, you can check that out. And then 2 days left for the personal reading giveaway. Every Monday, I have a giveaway where I give away at least one personal recorded reading. This Monday, I'll be giving away two 30-minute personal recorded readings. But on Tuesdays, I do put out a video announcing what I'm giving away the next Monday, how you can get into the drawing, and any other giveaway news. So that is the link for that. Yeah. And then to make sure I actually sent it. Yeah, that I don't know if you guys had a lot of dreams. I'm impacted by moons anyway because I have my Pisces moon. But oh my god, I had dreams, dreams, dreams. You can see them a little. I slept so hard that when I woke up, I was like, wow. So I feel like I'm still waking up, even though I've been awake for a few hours. Okay. Anyway, also, yesterday I started my new Take 10 with Zen weekly video. And it's like information on how we can get to know ourselves, the spirit realm more, and it's a video 10 minutes and under. So if you want to check that out, we began talking about dimensions. And inside of that, there is an offer for a drawing for an additional giveaway for a 30-minute personal recorded reading. So be sure to check that out because that's a separate one from Mondays. This is a special one for the rollout of this new series. And then also, I know I do a lot of stuff, but I want to make sure you guys are aware of it because there's wonderful messages from Spirit. Because we've got monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and they did go into detail, this extra detail, because they were averaging 40 minutes each. And it goes into love and wealth and health and different things. So be sure to check. Oh, I guess I should send it. That's the playlist for the Joyous June monthly readings. And then I know I also put out at least one pick a card reading a week. And this week's was What Can I Be Watching For? So a lot of free content, a lot of messages from Spirit. So there's no shortage of guidance listed in those, of course. And I think that's all I wanted to talk about with those. I feel like that is. Who knows? Who knows? If I think of anything else, we'll talk about it. But those are those things. So yeah, I think that's it. So let me get my desktop. Let me move my coffee out of the way. And let's get the desktop all set up here. And we will get started on the free readings. If you are new to my channel or to these readings, welcome, welcome. We have a great group, wonderful soul family here, full of humor and laughter, great senses of humor and wonderful, wonderful, huge hearts to match. So, welcome. How the free readings work is I do go down in order, first come, first serve, down the list. There's no special list. The chat is the list. We just go down there. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading or guidance, and Spirit knows what you want, and we'll pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and prioritize those readings and step out of the free readings. I dive deeper, pull more cards, and then I return back to the free readings and go down the list. I usually, you know, hour and a half, 2 hours, even you know, um, sometimes 3, sometimes more. Try to balance, but that's like my life challenge. uh, but I try to get through as many free readings as I can. It was the point of that. To make a donation, you can use the super chat down below or in the pinned comment and in the description box of the video. I do have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So however you want to do that, and whatever amount too. I don't have a set dollar amount. I know everyone's funds vary from day to day, person to person, country to country, planet to planet. So whatever you feel like giving is the perfect amount, and I honor that. All right. I think that's everything. You have to bear with me. Keep me on track, everyone. So I do have a couple donations, so we'll start with those, and then I will get into the free readings. And love 1 2 3 4. It actually came through. What is happening? So we will start with yours. I am using this weekend the round tarot. I just love these. And also the good tarot. I know. Maybe it's the Gemini new moon, keeping things organized and on track. So let me just refresh these real quick. All right. I am doing well. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. All right. So let's take a look here. So, your first question here. All right, let's take a look here. So, will they get you that? And all right. And then how will the night go? All right, let's take a look here. Number 1, I believe so. You've got the Sun card. They're gonna call you a horse. Not call you a horse, but call a horse for you. And, Page of Wands, action, action, movement, movement, bright victory. So that feels like a very big affirmative yes on question number 1 for you there. So I like that. And then how will your night go? Okay. All right. So you've got the joy and celebration card here, which is great. And then the 6 of Wands here, which is victory and, balanced energy, back and forth too. So I like that. Excuse me. And we'd like this too. We'd like the 10 of cups, which is joy overflowing and emotions overflowing. So a very good night. The only thing to be aware of is that there's this 9 of Wands, which is this energetic barrier. Pay attention to where you're investing your energy because that will block or open a block here. Because here's, they're not busting their head up against a wall. They have their Ace of Wands in their hand, which opens up the barrier to walk through it. So that would be the only thing is just like, you focusing your energy on fears or are you focusing on joy and celebration and gratitude? So when you find yourself slipping into expectations or anything like that, you can just make an adjustment of your energy, and that just allows the excuse me, the extent of how this feels depends on this here. So you're going to have this, but if the way to explain it is like you're going to have this amount of joy and celebration, it's going to be a great night. But the extent of greatness, is it going to be small g great or capital G great? It depends on where you're focusing your energy because, it can be like, oh, yeah, great overall, but it's going to be, is it capital G, capital R, capital E, A T, or is it small g? Still going to be great, but it's a matter of, what what you're focusing your energy on, right? Capital G. Well, that's what's great. It's all up to you because it's your experience. So you can be, you know what? I'm just gonna be thankful for every little thing. It's like, oh, I made dinner, and they make you something, and you're like, oh, I would have rather had blah blah blah. And there goes the small G, right? Instead of going, wow, they cooked me dinner. I'm grateful for it, and wow, it's just like being grateful for everything and not having any judgment around it just allows it to be abundant instead of, expectations take away energy because it takes energy just to get up to meeting, and then abundance happens above expectation, right? So the lower expectations we have, the more abundance and the bigger it is. So that's what they have. So I like it. That is what they have coming in for you there. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Have a great night. Great, 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 great. Like Tony the Tiger, right? All righty. So thank you again for all your donations and have an amazing time. We live vicariously through you, so have a great time. All righty. So let me just move this down a little bit. All right. And then I did have another donation come in right before yours, always victory. So you'll be up next. But thank you so much, Deb. Good to see you. And I think I saw your question up here. Let me just scroll up a little bit. And thank you so much for your generous donation. And you want to know what a message does Spirit have for you about what just happened? All right. Dun, dun, dun. Let's take a look and see what they have here for you. I'm glad you made it home safe. Hope you enjoyed Colorado. I know you did. You probably slept for a day, right? All right. Let's take a look here. See what else they want here. All right. So nice little, it's like a caterpillar, all these round, all these round uh, cards here. So we've got the death and rebirth. So, they're allowing here this energy of a rebirthing. They're bringing back to me, I mean, just a moment, few minutes before I came on live, Spirit was, there was a card that came through. It was called, oh, here it is right here. Okay, so this is for you. Because it's the burn card here. And I like this because they were showing me that, sometimes we have these grass fires that come through, but they're designed to remove things. Like it says here, what is ready to go so I can grow? It's wildfire. um, so I do want to read what it has in here, because with this death and this rebirth, and I haven't read this, I don't know, have any idea what it says. So we will see here in a sec. But there is this removal of things so that there can be new growth. You know how, like, when there's a forest fire, it happens to clear away the debris to allow the seedlings to move forward. And so I see why this is happening. And if I can find it, sorry, they're in different sections, and finding it is the evidently my challenge today. Okay, it's not in that one. There it is. Ah, almost lost it again. Okay. Yeah, because it says something new is on the horizon. How can you make room for it? And as humans, it's normal for us to get attached, whether to habits, routines, things, places, people, beliefs, perspectives, you name it. During certain chapters of our lives, these may serve us by providing support, stimuli, or comfort. And even so, outgrowing attachments is not only natural, but also a necessary part of the cycle. None of us can truly stay still, no matter how hard we might try. When wildfire blazes into your life, challenge yourself to open up and allow the reset. Yeah, the reset. This is crazy. As the smoke clears, what opportunities will be revealed, right? On the prairie, wildfire is critical to preserve the open grassland habitat. Wow, grass fires. Periodic burns prevent trees and shrubs from taking over and inhibiting the growth of everything else by blocking the sun. Wildfire also speeds the breakdown of matter. Dead plants, leaves, and grasses are turned into food for new growth. Moreover, the clearing effect of wildfire also exposes greater swaths of prairie soil to sunlight and the warmth needed for seeds to sprout. All of this creates fare for the grazing animals, supports pollinators, and provides a home for insects and nesting birds. And while change can be unsettling, scary, or disorienting, it also opens the way forward. Embrace the new, embracing the new does not ask us to judge or blame the old. Can you view the situation neutrally? Expressing gratitude for how it has served you in the past may help. Honor what feels right to you for moving through this transition. And on the other side are possibilities with your name on them. Allow anticipation to pave way for your rebirth. Can't make it up. So, death and rebirth. So, whatever this was that just happened, it's allowing space, it's allowing change, it's allowing growth. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. And you have the chariot. So, excuse me, this is movement forward, victory, and ultimately, this is the power of choice card. So, this opportunity is to put the power of choice into practice too, because every moment we get to choose either, are fear and victimhood or gratitude and victor. This is the victory card. So it's saying that you definitely have the ability to choose victory. There's no right or wrong choice, but you can choose, what you want, what story you want to put to it. You get to choose what emotion you want to feel as you go through it. You get to choose, right? And what energy you want to put into it as well. So, um, there's definitely this power of choice in two major arcana so far, which is great there. And then you have the Queen of Wands. So, a royalty, and she rules over fire, right? Over her power. She has connection to spirit. And so they're also saying that through this process, it is allowing you to connect higher. You're seeing things from a different perspective. And you can invite in, if you're uncertain of things, you can ask spirit for guidance and for information and, answers for things too. I'm so sorry. Let me just take a drink here. Can tell there's clouds coming in. It's getting darker in here. And my natural pressure sensitive uh, sinuses are letting me know, hey, there's a storm approaching. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now you can go. But I like this because you're able to not only focus your energy on what you're wanting to do, what you're wanting to go, with the power of choice here. This is like, stepping into it, definitely into your power. And you have another royal too with the King of Pentacles here, which is about abundance, about seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. One of the big lessons the king brings in is showing us it's the Four of Pentacles, which shows us not only stability of home, but the instability of the outside world. How people change, they pass away, they walk away. So relationships are with people, and things you break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen situations, jobs, education, blah, blah, blah. All situations are constantly changing. The outside world is like this stream that's constantly flowing, and we can't expect it to be stagnant and still. It's a stream that's moving all the time. But we find the stability eventually inward and upward. And one of the things we learn, whatever this was, teaches us that we, the outside world is undependable. And the only thing I can depend upon is inward and upward to eternal unconditional love. And then we have our stability. And then we look at the outside world and go, okay, I don't expect the stream to stand still because I can stand still in the stream and I'm okay. I don't have to be, they're showing me there was this video. I think it was on Facebook years ago, but it cracked me up. They just clicked it in my head to play it. And there's like a little kid, and it starts off, there's this rope and the little kid's holding on to it and they're screaming for their life and crying and they're so scared, because the water seems so deep. And then you see their mom walk up behind them, and the water's only up to their mom's knees, and they just pick them up and they stand up and they're like, they stop crying. And they're like, "Oh." And so that's like when we get swept away in the water, and when suddenly we realize we stand up and the water is only up to our knees, we're like, "Oh, okay." Or, up to our waist. It's not as deep as and scary as we thought it was, but we have the ability to find that stability and stand up within ourselves. Let me see what the rest of these are here. Yeah. So you definitely have messages coming in from spirit here. The Eight of Wands is fast moving energy, but it also is a lot of messages coming from spirit. So just be aware of, what what is around, take big deep breaths, and we can step back. And, as you connect to the spirit world here, they have like a blah 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 blah. There's like all these messages, um, waiting, that they're wanting to talk with you about. And you have the Hierophant too. So all of this, the number of change, this switching, this understanding of things, definitely diving deep to understand more of who you truly want to be, what you truly want in the world. And, it's this, it's part of the burning away, to make room for what you do want to grow and where you want to head and how you want to grow. And so we understand it. These attachments, whatever this was, it clears it up because we've got the deceit card here, which is about what of our own thoughts, our own beliefs, our own mindsets have cheated us out of things in the past, have deceived us. And this is what you're leaving behind. This is the stuff that's burning away, because they no longer serve you. They took you on wonderful adventures, like all of us, when we're younger. But there's obviously you're going through a death and a rebirth, um, in significant ways, with it being a major arcana. So I do like this. I do like this energy that's coming in. It's like, when a grass fire happens, well, while it's happening in the smoke, it sucks, right? We're like, my eyes are burning. But then, you know, it's wonderful because we see the growth, we see the freshness, we see what was burned away that needed to burn away, the stuff that no longer serves, and that allows us to move forward. Also, if you didn't check out the Gemini new moon, it is a time of rebirth. I mean, the new moon is the burning away of things is happening, and then it's allowing for this new moon, new birth, and these new wishes. So, if you want to check it out, if you check out last night's live at 5:55 is when I talk about the new moon energy and how to make the most of these new moon wishes for the Gemini energy. So that might help as well. So hopefully that brings some clarity there, Deb. Thank you again so much for your donation, and good to see you. And hang in there. Much love to you. All right. So always, Victory, you are up next. And thank you for your donation. And you want to know, can it still happen in June? An oracle and a tarot. And can you still receive the offer in June? Okay. And I'm going to give you the choice of oracle. How exciting, right? So 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'll let you choose always. 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right. You chose the Psychic Tarot Oracle. So the combo of Oracle and Tarot. All right. So you got the recognition and reward card coming in here. Sorry for the glare there. They're very glossy and shiny. And we will start with that here. Sorry, let me just. All right. Well, okay. I like it. A reward for a job well done is what this card represents. It's time of recognition for a completed project, hard work, skill, expertise, and craftsmanship. These abilities are now being honored, but don't forget to also pay homage to yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You deserve it. This card also comes forth to represent a family or a group of people coming together, all of whom are aiming and striving toward a common goal. Accept the help that's being offered. More possibilities are in the works, so be sure to lay a solid foundation from your past achievements, and this will help you be ready for the next opportunity. In addition, this card is a reminder to take care of your physical body. After all, it's what carries your soul around in the material world. I like it. I like it. So I feel like that is a yes coming in there. Are you going to get an offer? And let's see what else we have here. Yeah. Yeah, we've got the victory card here, so this would be a yes. Ending of old cycles, beginning of new. Um, it's not the Empress. Um, I need to see which of these it is because it feels like the Three of Cups or maybe the Three of Pentacles. But, I need to look at that because I was wondering the same thing. But you have the 7 of Wands, which is you standing up on a hill, being seen, being recognized, and, you know, some people are like, "Why do you get the offer and we don't?" So this is that you don't have to defend your victory, that the victory comes and you just can go with the flow and other people. Just know that if other people are not so pleased about it, that's okay. That's about them and their lower value of themselves has nothing to do with you. And I love the transformation here too, the 5 of cups, leaving behind the old, lower vibrational emotions and moving into higher vibrational emotions. And you talked about Empress. Well, here's the Queen of Pentacles, Empress energy, which is new birth, a harvest, definitely coming in here. So I like this. This is all saying yes, that it does come in here and, let me see if it will tell me here. Which ones are which? Oh, okay. It's gonna be Pentacles, so that's the 3 of Pentacles, because that represents the physical world, representing business, finances, money, prosperity, earthly possessions, material gain or loss, and security. So, there we go, 3 Pentacles, which is being offered and being honored for doing what you've done. Yeah. So I like it. That's definitely a yes and an offer. Because this is your reward in the physical world for the hard work that you've done. And so I like it. Well deserved, right? All right. Um, Great. Thank you for your additional donation. Oh, love offer. Well, that's great too, because the Three of Pentacles, it does, it's reward in the outside world too. So it's good to have this energy that's there. And let's take a look here and see what is he thinking about and what will he say. I know I laugh because what is he thinking about? Well, here's partnership, important relationship, new opportunities in the outside world, new passion. So, new opportunity with you, new passion, I feel is all this. I know, right? Boom, boom, boom. Um, we got the Four of Pentacles, which comes after the Three of Pentacles. So, solidity in the outside world. And it makes sense. Now that we know that that was love and that Three of Pentacles, it does show that that's something that's important to them is that they like the solidity in the outside world. Four represents like home and feeling like home and four walls in the outside world. They like a solid foundation with all of that. And here's movement of communication definitely coming in here. And the releasing of burden. There's all this, they're putting the burden down there. They were carrying so much in their world, and so they're like letting a lot of this go so they can focus on one. It's almost like they've been so busy in their life doing so many things that they just can't maintain it. And there's a lot of stuff coming to completion for them where they're dumping all this stuff, all this activity, all this energy being flowing out of them. A lot of it's flowing back to them, allowing them time and energy and effort now, if that makes sense. But when you're asking what will they say, well, here comes this new communication. They're the night riding in with this new higher perspective and new communication coming in. But obviously, it does have to do with, new energy. Well, here's the Ace of Wands because it's the, here's the ending and the beginning. They're able to offer more now. Offer, it's like offer more energy into a relationship, offer more energy and attention into it as well, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's what they have to say here. I mean, it feels very positive, obviously. All these new beginnings, all this fresh start, this reboot, or just this offer of newness, of new adventure. Yeah. You gotta go make some money so you can date him more later. You're so funny. Funny, funny, funny. You're great. And you always have, wait, don't you? I think we already did your, oh no, you still have a 30-minute um, recorded reading too. We haven't done that yet, I don't think, have we? So you still have that. Yeah, you still have your free reading. Yeah. So you have a whole 30 minutes too. You're like, oh, let me just, Oh, okay. You're like, I'd like to break that down into what, 6 5-minute readings? I'm flexible. um, so whatever you'd like to do. All right. So thank you for your regular donations. I greatly appreciate it. Many, many blessings. All right. Johanna, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. And should you try that pole acro aerial hoop class? All right. Always consult your medical professional before anything. uh, but we'll see what spirit has to say here for you. All right. Let's see if it's for your highest experience, what it brings you here. All right. Well, they definitely, you have a lot of fun here. This Ace of Cups is bringing me this energy of like abundance and fun and overflowingness here. We also have the Lovers card here, which this is emotional choice. And so, they say to the extent of the enjoyment that you have with it will actually be, up to you. You'll have a basic fun experience, but your choice around things as you're going through it can even be like this amazing experience here. We have the high priestess, which is allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself um, this connection to your divine feminine energy too. So I feel like this will actually help in some way for you to attach to this the divine feminine within you, which is interesting. Um, it might just be this. Maybe it's the group that you're with. Whatever it is, it's like this energy that comes in feels very, very. It's not maternal either. It's just sisterhood, if that makes sense. There's just like this divine energy that comes within, which is great. So I like that for you there. It does bring you new opportunities, in the outside world. It's like this is letting fears go, because this is, the 3 of Swords is our fear of failure, our fear of injury. It's like all our fears, and it's like a fear card, right? And it's like, no, if you put this aside, which is what you do with your power of emotional choice, right? That is what covers that up. Then it does bring these new opportunities that come in the outside world. So I do like that coming in here. I feel like it's a very positive yes here for you. It can definitely bring some wonderful bonds. And this too, they're telling me here, is that you can also develop this important friendship there as well. When you go, because the lover's card doesn't mean it has to be romantic. It can be like best friend. It's because it represents like romance, best friend, family. It's an important relationship that you also develop. So I like it. So that makes sense with the sisterhood. It's like maybe you find someone that feels like a sister to you, and you just bond immediately, and you're like, hey, let's go get something to eat after this or whatever, and you're just like, yeah, and you just really have a great bond with them. So I like it, Johanna. I feel like it's a thumbs up for that question. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Right, Silent Victory, you're up next. Let me just take a sip here. All right. So, Silent Victory, thank you for your donation. Hello, hello. I'm doing well. I have a little frog that just won't leap out of my throat. So, my apologies for my clearing my throat there. I hope you're doing well. And you want to know, will your husband's contract get renewed next year? All right. Let's see what we got here. What does Spirit want you to know about this contract? Okay. You know, I feel like there's gonna be something new coming in for them. I feel like their contract would normally get renewed, but these are like the current contract. See how bored they are with it? There's this new offer that's coming in that's divine, that takes it in a different direction. I mean, you got 2 fours. So you got the 4 of cups, and then the 4 of pentacles is a solid foundation. And this is kinda like my home card, so I'm not sure if you guys are away from home, but maybe there's something, a big, wonderful offer that takes this feeling, regardless, this is a solid foundation in the outside world. The home doesn't necessarily have to be a part of it, but it feels like somewhere that feels like home, that, it's, going there. We have the Queen of Pentacles, which is abundance, newness, new beginning. And so that's also, coming in here. Like there's this new offer that comes in that feels abundant. So it's like almost, oh, wow, it's too good to pass up. I'm getting this other offer for this better contract or this better job, even, that just feels abundant. It's nurturing. And it feels like so good for all of you here. You have the moon card here. So both of these have this mother energy, right? We've got the, mother nature, mother nurture energy, and the mother Luna energy here with the moon card. So there's this nurturing quality that's coming around all of this too. So, um, yeah, I don't know if mother has anything to do with it, with mother and home, if there's something that takes you guys home with a better offer or not. So that might just be a side message that's coming in there, because all that combine feels feels like home, very, very nurturing, very mother, energy. But there is this beautiful, I mean, it is abundant. There's this overflowingness that comes in. So I feel like their contract will get renewed, but I feel like that they turn it down and they head off into this new, more, higher adventure, this more abundant adventure as well. So that is what I feel is coming in there, Silent Victory. So I like it. Hey, we're all about that, right? An offer you cannot refuse is what I feel comes in there. So I like it here. Let me just make sure. And thank you so much for your donation there. I greatly appreciate that. I know, right? Yay. All right. Hey GL, yeah, you can definitely ask a question. You can just pop it down there. I go down in order, first come, first serve. Right now, when anyone makes a donation, I step out of the readings, free readings, and I prioritize those, and then I go back in. So I'm way at the top of the free list. But if you want to prioritize your reading, you can make a donation, and I will do that one next. Otherwise, you can put your question, and I will hopefully eventually get down that far. All right. So and that's for anyone else new that's come in too. Okay. So I think that is all my donations. Excuse me at this point. So let me scroll to the top. Yeah, we haven't started the free readings yet, have we? Okay. So Kritika, you are up first for the first free reading. And you want to know who is your future husband? And your soulmate, twin flame, or karmic. All right. Hello, hello. Let's take a look here. All right. So his name is George. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here and see what spirit has. So that is an idea of who your future husband is, and then whether they are a soulmate, a twin flame, or is it a karmic connection. So we have Leo energy here coming in. So, there just might be a Leo that's coming in here. So that is someone who is very, Leos generally are, very attractive, and they are fiery, and they have a lot of energy. People are just attracted to them because of their energy. They're like a bright light on a dark night up on a hill where people can't help but go to it, like a bonfire that people are drawn to because of their warmth and their energy and their charisma. Smiling, a lot of great energy, childlike wonder, of the world, not childish, but they look at the world with such awe and adventure. So I really like that for you there. And twin flame um, can be a possibility here for sure. This is, the power of emotional choice, and it's always the difference between the two. But the two here, and this is Cancer energy, not Gemini, but there's, definitely the twins that are here are coming in here for me. So I feel like, I don't feel this fieriness of a twin flame. So I feel more soul partner with this here. Um, if you haven't checked out, I have a on my playlists in fact, I think I have it here. Let me just pop it down below here. I have a pick a card I did around messages from your soulmate. Let's see, it's going to be here somewhere. Soulmate. Oh, here it is. Yeah, messages from soulmate, soul partner, or twin flame, and it talks about the difference between the three. And you might even get, if you haven't checked that out yet, there you might even get some messages from them here. But the twin flame is a very enhanced. Lately, the spirit's been saying it's like you're going for a medical degree, but you're going to do it in half the time, and so you feel like, oh my gosh, there's like so much work. There's a lot of passion, a lot of depth of love, but there's also a lot of work that you do in all your stuff. It's like you're in this massive fire, like gold when it is purified. It is put in this high intense heat. So all the dross, all the impurities come to the top and they scoop off. So all the stuff that you're wanting to let go in this lifetime, a twin flame is like extra, extra heat in so many ways. I don't feel that way. I feel a very balanced soul partner type energy here, which is a beautiful what a lot of us think twin flame is of, oh, I want someone who, is very a wonderful bond and this deep love and all this. And it's like, yeah, if you don't want it with flames, then you don't want the twin flame. We're looking for the soulmate. And I feel like that's what it is the soul partner. Soulmate is like every soul we come across is a soulmate, and they can be friends, they can be family, it can be romantic, but they're more people that help us along on our path, and a soul partner is someone we end up with for the rest of our lives. So you can check out that video though. But that's what they want you to know right now, Kritika. So many blessings to you. Alrighty, we'll continue moving down the list here. And Julia, hello, hello. And you want to know, if David and you, will you be getting new jobs together and move? All right. This is funny. Well, I feel like we had the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, for some reason, this is usually, you know, a movement, patience, last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. But since we're talking about jobs and movement, this feels like a job and it feels like, you know, it's a change of jobs. And I almost feel like one of you gets a job and then the other gets a job. And because I feel like, one gets it earlier, like they're showing me like sometimes like one piece of fruit ripens before the other. So I feel like you both do get new jobs together, but I feel like it's not like at the exact same moment, but it ripens slowly right afterwards. And I do feel with the full card here is a new adventure, is leaving behind old cycles, beginning new cycles. So it does feel like movement here, Julia. So I feel like it's a yes, uh, kind of I don't know what the word they're trying to do, like overlapping where, someone gets the job and then someone else gets the job, you know. But I feel like there's this movement definitely here with the full card. So yes and yes. And here we go. Another adventure. I like it. All right. So that's what's coming in for you, Julia. So many blessings to you. I know. Don't we wish we could just do like a yes, yes, and dates and times and how boring that would be. I believe we had that in some past lifetimes, because we had Lemuria when we were here in one of our human existences, and then we ended that experiment. We moved into in Lemuria, we were here completely aware of our higher self and our futures, and we knew everything. And it was interesting and different, but boring. Because if you know, like, what's gonna happen next, all the possibilities, it's like winning constantly at a game. You're like, you get bored with it after a while. There's no challenge. And then Atlantis, we came in slightly shielded. We still knew a lot, but we began veiling ourselves from some things. And then this lifetime we wanted to come in super veiled for a lot of our lifetime. So I like it. Anyway, so that's an extra side for everyone. Right, Starfall, you are up next. Hey, hey. So what's going on in love for you in the next 2 weeks? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, you do have this ending and beginning that brings you this wonderful emotional fulfillment. This normally, I mean, this is where you end up back, but I feel like you start here, and then with the magician being the one, there's this action, there's this movement, there's this energy that we're, bringing forward and applying, and then it brings you. I want to do this. It's like, as you're doing this, it creates a new higher level even of emotional fulfillment. And here, I mean, here's like the dream of love, right? A partner with, maybe children, abundance, overflowing. I feel whole and complete in rainbows. So definitely there's this movement, but I feel like it has to do a lot with where you're focusing your energy. We're all magicians in our own right for our own lives, and whatever we're focusing our energy in each moment is what we're telling the universe we love and we want more of, right? So if I focus on I'm missing love in my life, what are we telling the universe? I enjoy missing love in my life. Can you push it farther away? Because I just really want to miss it. And we're like, no, that's not what I want. Because really what we're wanting is thank you for the love that's in my life and the love you're bringing into my life. And, you know, then our love vibration is moving higher. And that's when we draw that in, right? So that's what I feel is the focus here, but I like that it's moving even to a higher level, and, here we go, here we go. Alright, so many, many blessings to you. Alright. Oh, LA, yeah, actually, that wasn't for you, LA, but you can definitely check that out because that definitely fits there. How wow, eh, how, synchronistic that I posted it right before you posted your question. But I will still answer your question eventually, maybe when I get down there, but you can check that out in the meantime. I love spirit. All right, Patty. Hello, hello. So, will moving cities be for you and your son's highest good? All right, let's take a look here. Okay, so they're separating you guys out here. So, for your highest good, um, you've got this higher awareness, this higher education, this higher seeing things from a higher perspective and cutting away a lot of fears, and there's a lot of possibility that you'll meet some significant relationships if you move cities here. So this is you. You definitely have this experience that could happen there, but they wanted to split out. It's like your son here. They're like, I feel like your son would withdraw and kinda go into this hermit mode, and that they would eventually wanna go somewhere else. Um, like they have some different plans. But this is also good for him here because, the 9, the hermit, draws them inward and upward to really find out what they want in their life and what direction they wanna take in their life. So, I feel like for you, it expands your social circle. You really get even maybe even romance if you don't have romance. But there's this you see things differently, and it helps you get a different perspective on life. And I feel this is everything is always positive and for us, right? But I feel like this is an important piece for them because I feel like moving away helps them kind of step away out of a lot of activity and really determine what like I said, what direction they want to take in their life and what they want to do, and it helps them change their path. Not that they would want to move somewhere else, but that the 3 of Wands is like that they would want to adjust their path because of it. So I like it. I feel it's positive, and they wanted to show you both sides of the impact because it does impact you both differently. I almost feel like it takes your son inward and upward and changes things, and it takes you outward and upward, which I like. So very much a different impact, but both I feel are positive for both of you. So that is what is coming through. So many blessings to you. And Shirley, hello, hello, Shirley. Happy sappy Saturday. Why is it sappy? Are you feeling what was it? What's like the 6 of Cups? It's nostalgic. Are you feeling nostalgic today? Is there something drawing you? Here it started off a little bright and now it's all getting nice and dark like I like it. All right. So let's take a look here. You want to know the person on your mind, what are they wanting in your connection? All right, let's take a look here. I'm going to shuffle. There we go. Refresh them here. Let's see what we got here. All right. Did we? I don't know if we got something like, well, I feel like the last person that was on your mind, it felt like similar energy because this is like they they're tired of expectations and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos. Openness. They want something without a lot of restriction and rules. They got sick and tired of feeling like they're disappointing everyone, and they just want to flow. They just want to go on a freedom here. Um the 9 of Pentacles here is this feeling of wholeness in relationship to the outside world, but it's like this inner search, and they're looking to the outside world, and I almost feel like that their connection here would be just, it's not like this is the hermit card is alone, and so I don't feel like they're looking for like someone to complete them, someone to even be in like a relationship with. I feel like they're just tired of, all the disappointments that they also had, because they had a lot of expectations and what a relationship should be, like all of us do in the beginning. But I feel like they're on a big freedom a freedom kick of, I just want to be free, I just want to flow with life, I don't want, you know all this stuff, I don't want all these rules, and that's what I feel is coming in with them here. So more free flowing, right? So that's how that works. Hey, Jordan, readings, whatever, there's no set dollar amount for these readings here, for donations. Whatever you feel like you want to give, I honor, and I do prioritize readings that way. If you're looking for more deeper readings, you can check out the description box of the video. I do offer personal readings too. So depending on what you're looking for, that's also listed there. All right. So thank you so much, Shirley. That's what they have for you there. And then double, triple, quadruple X. You want to know what new thing is coming your way here? Well, we got some little bit of balance coming in here. You've got two major arcana. You've got the Emperor and you've got the Temperance card. So Temperance, of course, is something new is coming, but it's slow coming, but it is progressing, because as that energy goes back and forth in between the cups, things are moving and moving forward. While this is progressing, one of the things that you're learning through this is this Emperor energy, which is this Aries new beginning, taking command type of energy of your life too, because we talk about the emperor in their giant castle, in their throne room, and there's all these people around them giving all their opinion and supposed to's and shoulds and need to's about life. But they they at some point the emperor goes, all right, I've had enough of all this input of opinion, and now I'm ready to make decisions for myself. And so they clear the throne room and then they contemplate. And that's what I feel this time that you have with this solo unfolding is, you're really looking at, all right, I understand what everyone else wants for me for my life. And I swear this came out again just now. But it's you. I am the emperor of my kingdom. I get to decide. So there is this power of taking and making choices for your life, realizing that it is your life and that everyone else gets to decide in their kingdom, but they can stay on in their borders. They don't have to try to invade your country, your kingdom, to try to tell you what to do. So I like that for you. So that's what's coming for you, this wonderful empowerment. So that's what they have. Many blessings to you. Happy Pill, you'd be on my next free reading coming up, but I did get a donation. Thank you so much, Jordan. I did get your donation there. And if you want to ask your question, we will do that first. Sorry, someone's hammering something outside. I was like, someone knocking? And while you're typing your question, I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. Sagittarius. All right. Got a lot of Sagittarians in my life. My dad and my hosts and my best friends. I love the humor. All right. So, what is Aries' feelings towards you, Jordan? Let's take a look here and see what's going on with this Aries. Okay. We got those and those. And that one. Okay. And then those two. So, 2212. See what we got going on here. So, slow moving. That's interesting for an Aries, but that's just one piece of the soup that they are. But they have these new emotions that are there. And the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all. So they kind of, go on and, move forward. It's, dear, 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 dear. And you're like, yeah, mule, yeah, let's get moving. But there is this love that's there that's underneath here. So, we have this uh, bubbling below the surface there, right? So they have these feelings, but they're slow moving on expressing them. Okay. So now we see why. Because in the past, these three cups down here, you see how bored they were with the love they had in the past was not fulfilling, and they are looking for that, Ace of Cups here. They're wanting this higher love, that's being offered here. So they're on this quest, they're looking and they're wanting to see if the love and these emotions that they have stay true, and or is it going to be just another one of these cups? Because they've got these old ways of thinking here. These are their thoughts, their beliefs, their mindsets that make them feel blinded and bound and trapped, which is really why these things did not feel fulfilling in the past. So part of their little quest that they're having here, they're realizing that, oh, some of this boredom or unfulfillingness from the past relationships has to do with me. And I like the eights because the eights are flowing, which means they're getting it. There's this flow that's happening in their brain about their beliefs and their mindsets. So I do see that that's coming in here. Yeah. Because here's the page of swords, so that helps them. They're connecting and seeing things from a higher perspective, and this ace of swords also allows them to cut away, these types of things. um Regrets. uh Regrets. Let me see what these last two cards are here. you know I don't feel regret. Regret for them is a very strong word because we've got the, Ace of Wands. They're passionate and I almost feel like they're proud, right? And they always have this battle going on in their head between their heart and their mind, right? And I feel like not so much regret with, with all of this reflection, with all of this, it's like they're looking here to understand what their part was in it. But this fire energy that they have, it's like sometimes the spirit refers to it as a grass fire, where you know grass fires serve a purpose in our lives, right? They come through and burn away stuff that doesn't serve us, to allow space for new growth, which we talked about a little earlier today. But a grass fire, like fire, has to move forward. It doesn't go backward because there's no fuel for it to go backward, and it doesn't feel like looking back and regretting doesn't do any good for them. They're like, I need to continue to move forward. So regret, like it says, it feels like regret is looking backward. They more reflect on the future to see, okay, you know, when I burned through things and this thing exploded, I don't want to blow up things like that anymore. I want to continue. I will avoid this. I need to change my path in this way. They look more forward of, it's a learning experience than a regret, and they're always forward, forward, forward moving. So, um, you know, and there's this fine line between it with them because I see where they would look backwards and look and go, okay, I see what I did. And what if I'd have done things differently? It's almost like they run a scenario in their brain about, okay, so let's say if I changed this, it's like they're in a laboratory. It's funny. They're showing me them like a mad scientist in a laboratory. If I would have changed this, and this, would it have done and would that have changed the relationship? But they're not regretting, they're just reanalyzing, if that makes sense. It almost feels like they have a ton of air in their chart because there's so much in their head about things, but even though they're in Aries, they're fire, but maybe they just have a lot of maybe they have a air moon or something because it feels like they are in their head and they're analyzing and analyzing, but there's not a regretful feeling with it. So if that makes sense. But those are the energies that are coming in with that. Um, Anything else they want to add here? I feel like they want to give you a psychic tarot oracle. Let's see what this is here. All right. Yeah. So 6 of Cups, memories of love. So, they look at, and this is that analyzation type of energy. They're reflecting back on their past love, or loves, because I feel like they're like, why does this keep happening? And I want to avoid this in the future. Yeah, so this is what they're feeling. It says, so I'm gonna rephrase it to them. They may find themselves walking down memory lane at this time. And this nostalgic card could indicate that an old friend or acquaintance from the past may step back into their lives, or it could even resurrect loving images from days gone by, right? So they're reflecting like we were talking about. And so does this person, these happy forgotten moments or those innocent child memories, encourage them to recall and welcome the energy of love? Is there a message or lesson from these fond recollections that could benefit them in their present life? The number 6 card relates to support, dedication, unity, and a need for balance in the areas of their emotions and love. Their heart and soul are asking not to dwell in the past. Like I said, right? But use the inspiration and joy from that time to assist them in the here and now. Wow. Can't make it up. That's exactly what I was talking about, right? So they look at it more as a reflection and how can that the joys, that you had, but also what learning lessons did they learn through it and how do they move forward with it? So hopefully that helps at least understand where they're coming from and how they're wired, that they don't have regret wired. They have learn and grow and move forward wired in them, rather than regret. So that's what they have for you, Jordan. Hopefully that helps. Again, thank you so much for your donation and many blessings to you. All right, very good. All right, and I think that was it for the current donation. So let me scroll back up here. GL, that's a great question. I always wonder if I'm going to get through all the free questions. Some days I do, some days I don't. It depends on how many donations and how long the list is. So uh, we shall see. We shall see. All right. So Happy Pill, we are back up to you for the free readings, and you want to know the upcoming path of spirituality, what they would like you to know. Wow. So you do have, here's your spiritual energy. There is this new um uh spark, this new passion, this new higher, it's like this is an upgrade in spiritual energy because Ace of Wands, that would have been like a spark of a new like a new new spirituality. but the pages would be like, because we go the ace through 10, and then the page comes, which would be like an 11, which is like a step up. And so for me, and especially with you being up on a hill here, there's like this upgrade energy that's coming here. So be on the lookout. Follow your heart, follow your, intuition guiding you in spiritual pursuit, whether it's a video series or a book, or something along those lines that helps you expand and step up in your spirituality to a new level, of your love vibration. Something's taking you higher here. And there's some people that aren't gonna like where you're headed here, because they are, at a lower vibrational energy here, but that's okay. You don't have to defend yourself. Just, you know, it's almost like, here's you out of your, garb here, your little dress up here, and you're doing the work and you're in your working clothes, but other people are, not too pleased because you're expanding. The caterpillars are not happy that you're growing butterfly wings, because like, you're going to be able to go places we aren't. And you're like, yeah, but you could do it too. And you can help it. That's the whole thing with the Seven of Wands, is we don't have to become defensive in our when people are voicing their displeasure in our growth. We can give them love and compassion, realizing it's them fearing that they're going to be left behind. And we can reach a hand down and help them up on the hill if we feel we want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. But you don't have to defend yourself. That's the big thing about it here. It's starting to get dark out here. I might have to click on another light here in a moment, because here come the dark clouds. I love rain. All right, happy pill. So that's what I feel is coming through for you. So many, many blessings. Maybe that was your message too. A storm is coming, but it's okay, because it brings the rain to wash away things that can be washed away, and to bring you inspiration too. So I like it. All right. So many, many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. And Anjali, you are up next. So who is manifesting you? I always love you reverse it there. Of course, you're manifesting each other, right? So let's take a look here. So we do have a Leo sun energy coming in here. So possibly it is a Leo that's drawing you in here, but definitely fire sign energy that's coming in here. And it is someone here, you got 2 fives, so they definitely, this is, also represents the inner child and subconscious. It is someone who has done a lot of their inner work here, because the 5, is a number of transformation and transition, and they used to have these feelings of lack and being left behind and abandoned, but they really have this strong sense of themselves here, because we've got both of these. The 5 is the major arcana of the going inward and finding your higher truths and who you are and what you want. So someone who has very much come from a background of feeling abandoned and lack, but they've turned their frown upside down, and they really have used it to catapult them forward in their life, because they did a time of victimhood, which we all love that ride. That's one of the most roller coasters in the Fear amusement park we're in. That's one of the most ridden of the rides. And but they learned early that they're like, I've rode that enough, and I'm ready for something new and different. And they did. They made these choices. They did this inner reflection. So very solid foundation in who they are, and I like that. Very Leo, energy too, because they have courage and this energy of standing forth and shining bright too, right? Like we talk about the fire sign energy, fire signs cannot help but be seen. They are this bright light in a dark night, and the bonfire attracts people to it because they can see it from miles around, and they have this warmth, and people, you know, cook s'mores on them, toasting their marshmallows on their brightness, and so they really enjoy it. It's like sitting around a campfire. There's warmth that draws them in. So I like that. But that's what you're being drawn to, and that they're being drawn to you and you to them. So that's what's coming in, Anjali. So many blessings to you. All right. Magician, you'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation that came through. Let me just grab that here. All right. I know. Look at the PayPal email came through. And then I did just get a Cash App one coming through too. So you'll be next. Okay, Amy, you'll be up next after that. All right. So love 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a look here. So you have 3 questions. The first one. Okay, so all right, let's take a look here and see what they're looking for here. I know, right? We're like knock on wood and we're grateful. No expectations, and then it just, it's like, it is what it is, and then boom. All right, and then number 2. Oh, okay, wow. All right. And then and when you say next role, is that's job related, I'm assuming? Didn't say anything else on that. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here. Okay. So the first question, dating, keeping options open. Movement of emotion, the night, the romance, seeing things from a higher perspective, and solidity in the outside world. So this feels more dating and solid, and then it feels like um you know open options. So for this it feels like where they're wanting to head is dating. Now we'll look at here for your second question to see what is keeping them from stepping forward with all that. I feel like a big piece of it, though, is the Ace of Swords. They're trying to see things differently from a different perspective, and the Ace of Swords, what that connects us to the higher realm, also allows us to cut away fears, right? So I feel like that's what's going on mainly. Because let's see what the fears are around this here. Wow. All right. So we've got the um, mother nature, mother nurture, and here's seeing their worth in a different way. In I feel like just you for to answer your other question. But we've got this nurturing, this Ace of Pentacles, and I feel like with this coming in here, I don't know what mother has to do with it. They fear what their mom will think. But there's this new opportunity, this way of looking at their worth in relationship to the outside world, and I feel like that's what's unfolding here because they have a lot of like this emotional confusion that I feel is what brings it all in because there's just that's what fear does, right? Um, when we go into fight or flight mode, we've got this um, lack of stability, where our thinking brain gets knocked out, our you know, we're not able to make loving, compassionate, intelligent decisions. We just feel like we're in a storm because our brain doesn't want us to think, it just wants us to feel safe. So their inner child, which maybe this is what's coming in here with the mother, their inner child, when it feels unsafe or out of control, that's when it goes into fight or flight mode and where all the emotional confusion comes in. So I'm not sure what his relationship with mother, was, but it feels like the inner child, it's like it fears punishment, it fears letting down, it fears being left and abandoned, and, so I'm not sure if they were left behind by their mom or not, or how the like, if they were, someone who would, on the drop of a hat, reject them, and give them the cold shoulder, when they didn't do what they want them to do. And I feel like this is a lot of what they're working through here, because I feel like their mom was a strong personality in their life. Like, it wasn't someone who, it's almost like if their parents were together, which I almost feel like they didn't stay together very long, was that, they were very demanding. They were like the loud one, and like their dad was the quiet one, because mom was "Gah, gah, 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 gah." And I feel like that's the foundation of their relationships with females, was this, fear, right? The mom isn't a trip. I don't She sounds like a trip, but an experience. He chose her on purpose for his life. Because this is what, what else was here? They've got this, um, there's like this fear of being alone, but also the fear of having wishes come true. So, there's this gap in between that comes in here too. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. They are together. Sorry, I didn't see that part. Yeah, so it just feels that way. And it feels like, there's this separation between they're afraid, what if my dreams come true? Someone's gonna rip it away. Um, it's like always waiting for the other foot to drop. But they're also, have afraid this fear of being alone and not having love at the same time. So there's all these fears, wonderful fears going on in the inside, and so, you know, um, nothing that you can do to change their minds, nothing you can do to do any of that except just, we can't change minds, we only can change hearts. We change hearts by giving unconditional love. So you're like, okay, this is what they're going through. The more, it's like the most benefit we can make of our energies is really going, what am I seeing in the reflection of other people? Because that's what I can do something about, is what am I seeing in other people? I'm seeing something about me. So if I look at someone and go, oh, I like that about them, you're like, oh, I can expand that within myself because it is there in me because I can see it. That's the only reason I can see it in someone else is because it is inside me. Or if I'm like, why are they so blah, blah, blah? I'm like, oop, why am I so blah, blah, blah? How am I so blah, blah, blah? Then I can work on the blah, blah, blah. And I can transform that because that's where my energy goes, right? So that's what they have there. And then timeline. I love it. Didn't they give this to you? Did you ask this like yesterday and they gave you the world card? Just trust us. There'll be an ending and a new beginning. Trust us. They're like, trust, joy, celebration. You know, this, is great for this, your job. Like, you'll be happy about it. Again, here's this great, again, they're like showing this is that, because you got this card too, which is that important relationship with the senior project manager, right? And just like joy, celebration. No, he's not interested in dating others. It feels like they're just wanting to date you. Yeah, you'll leave spirit alone. They're like, you can ask as much as you want, and this is your answer. At least for now, you know, it's always energy. Futures are always energy, and it depends on your energy, what you're putting forward, though. So if you feel your energy has changed, then when you ask, then you might also get, that as well. So I like it. Perfect. That'll be great, Amy. Yeah, please do so because we're finishing up right now. So that is what they have for you. Wow. All right. Here we go. As the world turns, so does go the job search. Wow, 20 jobs. That is quite the, it keeps you busy. Yes. And thank you so much for your donation, Love1234. I appreciate you. All right. Okay, perfect. I'm just waiting. Amy's about to post her question here. Let me just make sure none of these others are donations. Nope, we're good here. All right. So, Amy, you recently reached out to an old college classmate from your freshman year at the university. It's Ivan. Okay. What are his thoughts and feelings towards you? Oh, okay. Let's take a look here and see what is going on here. What's going on with Ivan? All right. I'm just going to get clarity here on is there interest here? It's quite interesting here. We've got the Queen of Cups here. And the Queen of Cups, of course, rules over water and is the master of water because uh, queens get two sets, and she gets a additional water, which makes her the master over it all. Because all the queens get extra water, but she rules over water already, so we have that here. All right, yeah, okay, very good, thank you. You when you were weird freshman, yeah, I know, right? I mean, all freshmen are weird. So we've got this deep like deep emotion here, with the Queen of Cups. She rolls over emotion and she's able to dive deep into emotion. She's like the high priestess. She can dive deep and connect with spirit, and as well. And then we also have the moon card here, which is, of course, very emotional, very about deep emotion and, dive deep. So both of these are water signy. So I don't know if you're a water sign or they're a water sign, possibly, but there is this energy here of there's deep emotion that's underneath the surface that I don't feel is making its way to the surface yet. It's like it's all underneath there. Water moon sign. Okay. Well, okay, there you go. Yeah, me too. Enjoy that journey, right? Yeah, no problem there. But it's the main thing is that there's this emotion that's boiling, not boiling, but uh, diving deep underneath the surface here. I do see here that there, like you said, there's this joy, this victory. So they felt uplifted by your contact there, and their thoughts have changed. We've got the Page of Swords, which is seeing things from a higher perspective, a different perspective. It's also about looking at things from a you know this is higher education, so they might have been thinking about it spawned them thinking about the days, where they through college, where it just felt wow, all this joy and this celebration and around school. So I feel like it did spawn some memories and um some emotions there. We've got the Empress, which is new birth, but it's sensuality too. So it's like attraction. And I feel like it kind of spawned this energy around that, around, oh wow, this is new, and there's this new passion that gets reignited. And I just feel like they haven't responded yet because they're just trying to figure out what's going on here and what is happening. Because we've got the Aquarius card here, the star, which is about, wishing upon a star, but all this balance. And I feel like they're balancing things out in their world with all of this. Because I was asking, well, what are their, what's their current romantic intentions? And I feel like they're still trying to figure things out. Yeah. No. No, I just feel like he's busy. He's got the 7 of Pentacles here, which is, the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. It's slow moving. Um, things I don't feel would move fast. I just feel like they're they're just it's like this harvest. There's things are moving slowly here. They're trying to figure things out in their life anyway. But I don't feel like it was a they didn't uh it sparked them thinking about school but they also have all this other stuff going on. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I just feel like they're going through all this stuff here. I'm just trying to find out more here, but yeah. Yeah, they do have a lot going on here. They definitely have all this, you know, a lot on their plate that they're carrying right now, and they're trying to, focus on this stuff here too. So I feel like they're just saying in the meantime, just with the 7 of Pentacles, um, when I was asking, how do they feel? How do they feel? They're like, just be patient, let things unfold, just go with the flow. I'm like, oh, come on, but that's what keeps on coming due there. I don't feel crush. I feel attraction, and that's different, right? Crush almost feels like a combination of physical attraction and heart attraction. For this, it feels like where they're at in their life right now. It's more, um, like uh, their physical attraction is activated, but with all of that 10 of Wands, I feel like they've just got so much going on in their life right now that's what's unfolding there. Yeah. Or energetic, it's there's energetic, because it feels like Wands energy, which is energetic and physical. It's like there's this, this draw, but it's not like from the heart, like, I love you and I want to be with you. It's more like, I like you, type of energy that comes in there. So, yeah. Ah, very good. Yeah. So, yeah, and that could be the delay too. They might be yeah, they might be sleeping. So so that's what's going on right now, for you. So, thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you, Amy. The 7 of Pentacles is your what they're saying is last thing that grows on a fruit tree is a fruit, so allow things just to grow. That's what, we do with harvest. We plant something, we watch it grow, and we, do what we can along the way, but that's what, unfolds and comes in. Yeah. Yeah, just go with the flow. There. It's like it got dark out. Right, you are very welcome. And, I'm sure they'll respond, but it feels like they're very busy, so there you go. I get it. Alright, so thank you so much. Absolutely. I know. Alrighty, and then Shilpa, thank you so much for your donation, and I thought I saw your question. Yeah, there it is. So you wanna know, will Nikhil come back to you? Is there any chance of meeting in the near future? You're in less contact. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, anything else? All right. Um, I don't see a reconciliation coming in here. We've got the Hermit card, which is, of course, they're a hermit off by themselves, but they're on the journey of allowing spirit to connect and bring you to a new place in your life. They're guiding you in a different direction that's more in alignment with your higher self. Um, because they have here, they've got the Three of Pentacles, which is about you being true to your authentic self. And, there's this not being drawn off your path by what you feel through praise and punishment, what other people have ideas of who you're supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, and all that. And we tend to go off of our path because we fear we're going to get punished by people or rejected by people, or people will pull their support away. And this is like spirit taking you on this journey of learning who you are so you can be true to your authentic self and stand up for yourself. Because we've got this Nine of Swords, which is the, insomnia nightmare card, where we have so many fears that may be keeping us up at night or giving us nightmares, or we're dreaming about things always on our mind. We're almost to the point of exhaustion, trying to live up to everyone's expectations. But I love that, part of what they're having you do in this, more alone time is moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, from choppy waters to calmer waters. So these are being removed. The fears of rejection, the fears of losing love, the fears of failure, and all those wonderful opinions of the supposed tos and shoulds and all those expectations are being removed, and you're able to move from old rocky shores to newer shores. So there is this, that this is happening for you because you're being led in a direction that is the wheel of for you, the for tune, the tune of for you. So the 10 endings and beginnings, as the wheels turn in your life, the wheels of fate are turning and taking you to places that are in alignment for you. And what's great is that, everything that happens in our life is really for us. It's for our highest experience. Sometimes, though, our human has a hard time believing it. Like, how is that for me? But it's because we don't see the big picture. We don't see that this person is moved out of our life to bring someone in twice as amazing. And, this other person was brought into our life to have us transform and understand things about ourselves, right? And so we move in this different direction. But the Wheel of Fortune being here is awesome because the Wheel of Fortune is, again, the tune of for you. That says that whatever's unfolding here, that eventually even your human is going to be like, oh, wow, I see how this is for me. I see it. And so I really like that, that when the Wheel of Fortune comes in, because it does show us that it is, has an outcome that we're all on board. Our inner child, our human self, and our higher self, we're all like, yeah, this is for us. So I know it, you know, when it's raw and it's new, and we're like, but I love them and I want to be with them. It's like, yeah, when we're used to eating macaroni and cheese, we're like, I like my macaroni and cheese. I'm comfortable with it. I have it all the time. But then they're like, but we have this 10-course meal with 2 desserts. Would you like that? And you're like, screw the mac and cheese. I'm headed to this, because it's like, uh, oh, yeah, I do want that. Thank you. And we're able to let that go and not have attachment to it anymore. So just trust the process. Just know that it's happening for you, and allow those fears, during this time of transition, allow those fears. Question, why do I fear that? Am I fearing? Why do I believe their actions have anything to do with me? Their actions are about them, not me. My actions are about me. So I like this transformation that you're going through there. And that is what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. All right. And then up next we have, hey James, thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, what are Patty's current feelings towards you? Let's take a look here and see. All right. I do want that one too. That one, and those two there. All right. And those two here. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Well, you got three, three, and two. Wow. Patty. She's got some this wonderful journey that she's on, isn't she? I like it though, because um, you know, she sees um feelings that she has. I mean, Ace of Pentacles, they see opportunity, they see this new, opening in the outside world. Um, but a lot of what her energy is focusing on, and if she feels distracted, it's because she is, because the magician card is that she's growing, she's focusing her energy, trying to get out of out of these feelings here, which is the Eight of Swords is her thoughts, her beliefs, her mindsets that are making her feel blinded and bound and trapped from the past. So she's got all these beliefs that have made her feel this way in regards to relationship, especially, but a lot of her life, and she's clearing these things out. She sees this as, this opportunity being offered here, but she's like also in super, super reflective mode, trying to get rid of these fears, because she knows that these things are what has, you know, kept her from being able to express herself and move forward, in her life in the future. Um, Again, I like how these like the story here, because here's the king of, I'm sorry, the knight of pentacles, who is offering these new opportunities. So again, they see you as this knight coming in with this offering, of, wishes come true. But again, the burden that she's been carrying is what she's, trying to let go of and let down, because all of this represents this energy that she's been focusing in her life, and she's trying to let those go, because this is what has kept her from that, and she's trying to whittle away at that, because all of this energy, is what is being invested in this stuff, right? It's being invested. The burden is this energy that's been invested in maintaining all these supposed tos and shoulds, need tos and have tos and musts in her life, which is what she's working on letting go of. Which we brings us to these cards. So we've got the nine of wands. Here's the energy barrier, and here's her. She realizes that she was bumping her head against a wall over and over and over and over and over again, and she's trying to step into her power here so that she can create this block and move past these blocks. And so it's like, not that her inner child's been keeping her hostage, but that's kind of what a lot of us have with all these beliefs that are in our subconscious, all the stuff that happened to us growing up in both our, emotional body and our mental body. When we're 7 years old and younger, we've got a lot of praise and punishment going on. And when we have an emotion, like if we're punished, we create this whole scheme of supposed tos and shoulds to keep us from being punished again, or having ugly feelings that we had. Then if we're praised, we put a lot of rules and mental thoughts around what I need to do to get more of that. And so we create this whole construct of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts to stay away from punishment and to get more praise to come in. And she's dismantling those because she realizes these were unhealthy and they actually get in the way. It's like having a baby gate on your stairs. Like, I'm not a baby anymore, but every time I have to open and close and go down and open and close, it's like they're barriers instead of taking them down because I'm an adult. I can usually not fall down the stairs, and I'm much less than when I was a baby. And so she's doing this and she's going through it. And I like it because there's this energy that she sees you as someone bringing an offer of, this, this is like a wish come true kind of card, a emotional wish fulfillment, and they see you as someone being able to bring it to her. But she's focused on a lot of energy on her inner work. But we have the Wheel of Fortune as your final card, which is endings and beginnings and the fates turning. This is the wheel of the fortune, which I just talked about. I put it in, it came flying back out. It's the tune of for you, where even your human and her human feel that this is for you, and it unfolds. But it's like they're getting rid of some barriers that are keeping them from being able to love and allow individuals to give to them, which is what we want them to do before we get in a relationship, right? It's like, and as you are, working on your own self too, right? We're constantly having triggers bubbling up of old constructs of stuff going, oh, why is that there? Let me dismantle that. You bump your head on something, a low hanging bar that you had when you were a child because you'd grab onto it, but now you don't need that. And you're like, why do I keep hitting my head? Oh, because I don't need this anymore. Let me move that. We're constantly removing things that no longer serve us out of our life, to open our hearts more and more. And that's what she's going through. And that's what you're going through. Um, so I like it. I feel like there's this, you know, opening of the heart here. But they see you as a possibility, which is good, right? But yeah, so I feel like High Priestess. She kind of feels like she's away, working on her heart, working on her, diving deep into her emotions, going behind the veil, raising things up. So um, if they feel like I said, they feel distracted and distant, that's why. So yeah, because she's going through a rebirth. So it's good. It's good, right? Right? I know. So that's what is unfolding right now, James. Hopefully that's helpful just to understand what they're going through. They kind of wanted to show you that their journey so that you're like, okay, this is not all about me. What they're doing. You understand more of why they're doing the things they're doing. You're like, okay, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they have for you right now, James. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right, VD Jalan, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. Hello, hello. And you'd like to know the Capricorn's thoughts towards you. He's been weird. He's been weird lately. I'm a Capricorn rising. Aren't we weird all the time? That's okay. You're like weirder than normal. Okay, I get it. I get it. So let's take a look here. What are their thoughts? They definitely have a lot of thoughts. Capricorn, I mean, it's I know it ignites list making in my life. They're ruled by that Saturn, that workhorse. They're always something's always up in here, right? Yeah. Okay. There's the Capricorn energy. Well, that I was just talking about. Yeah. It looks like they do have a lot going on in their mind here. I mean, we've got the Devil card Capricorn energy coming in, which, like I said, Saturn energy shakes and rattles and really has us look at our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, looking at things in our life, right? And so they are evaluating a lot of things in their life. We got the scales here. They're connecting to higher things, advancing their knowledge, cutting away fears, really going through things here. Because we've got two major arcana there, which all of this bringing in a third major arcana means they're going through a significant change here with all of this energy, because this is Aries energy. They're going through this newness, stepping into their power, stepping into their um, um, power of choosing. They've been whittling away a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets from other people and other things in their life, and they um, are at this kind of point where they're making decisions. And I feel like they're making a big decision about life in general here. Because a lot of what's being questioned is their what does wish fulfillment look like from for them, emotional wish fulfillment? And they've been going through in their life here, the 7 of Pentacles. They're getting this harvest of stuff in their life, and it's like there's this they thought what they were investing in their life was what they wanted, but they're realizing now that, no, they wanna change things up here, right? And so they're really in this super deep, even more than normal, super deep, um, reflective mode, and, the example they give is, like, if you planted a big all these apple trees because you thought everyone was telling you they wanted applesauce and apple pie, apple fritters, apple juice, all this apple stuff, and so, like, "Okay, I'll do that," and they were doing it for everyone else. And I feel like they're at this, point in their life that they are, realizing, I hate apples. I was doing this for everyone else, but what about me?" And so it's like they're at this point of getting bravery up to change directions in their life, to do things differently, and, they want guacamole, and so they wanna have avocado trees instead of apple trees. So this their thoughts towards you, it's not directly towards you, I feel like the thoughts specifically for you, because they wanted you to know all that's going on inside their head here. Yeah. There's thoughts specifically for you is this is the King of Pentacles, it's the abundant feeling. It's almost like a safety, and the Eight of Wands is energy, a lot of energy and movement and messages, and I almost feel, gosh, I can't keep a hold of these cards today. I feel like they're this, that you are like a source of, I feel like they feel like that they could tell you anything, and that you would not judge them. Um, and I feel like that the King of Pentacles feels like support, like you're very supportive of them, and that you can handle their energy. Um, and that but I feel like they're so pulled back right now. That's what feels weird, right? It almost feels like there's distance, like it's like, why are they pulling back from me? But they're pulling back from everyone because I feel like they're doing this major overhaul of their belief systems, and they're about to express it, and I feel like they will come to you first, though. They're gonna come to you and go, "Alright, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I kinda had to have my shields up." I feel like they know that you're intuitive too, and they're like, "I gotta shield everyone while I'm doing this because I don't want anyone to find out yet," of their either career change or uh, relationship change, whatever this is that they want to share. They're like, um, I'm afraid to share it with other people, with anyone, but I feel like you'll be among the first that they would share it with, to get you know, the support. But I feel like they have these walls up with everyone because they're doing this evaluation, and they're have this courage to really looking at who they are and what they want. And it's like scary for them because I feel like they, so much definitely, um, you know, um, not that they were a huge people pleaser, but they really had their long list, but they're doing this inner work that's about to change things. I almost, not that I think like they're like coming out or something like that. It could be, you never know, but it feels like that kind of fear of like when we're afraid that our actions were going to get rejected by the world and everyone's going to hate us. It's like they have this amount of fear of, oh my gosh, this is like what my family's always believed and wanted everything, but I don't want to do that. Like changing of religion or changing of, uh, like they want him to get married and he doesn't want to be, or, whatever it is, it's like that kind of a huge change. And that's why they're withdrawn. So very soon though, VD, I feel like they're going to be like, "Hey, can we talk?" And you're like, "Okay, here it is. Let me sit down." But, so it's not personal. I feel like it's, just that well. So that's what's going on. Hopefully that helps. Just send them a lot of love. All right. So many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. Absolutely. All right. And Katie P, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. And want to know, why is Cece not answering her phone on her birthday? Oh my gosh. Let's take a look here and see what's going on with Cece. All right. All right. Wow. She got a lot of major arcana going on here. Feel like here we've got the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from emotions. And I almost, when I saw this, I almost feel like, is she going for a hike? Is she somewhere where there's not reception? Well, that's my first, what first came through here. But then there's also this, um, walking away from emotions that no longer serve, and she's headed in this direction. Feels like here, like she's doing huge reflective work right now. Did she go off on a retreat somewhere? Because we've got the major arcana, let's see, four. Yeah. Oh, no, wait. Oh, wait, no, that's not a major arcana. Yeah. So we got four major arcana here. And we got the Hierophant, which is, diving deep into her own emotions and, you know, who am I? What do I want in life? That very much birthday stuff, right? Especially if it's a significant birthday. It's like, what do I want in life? Who do I want to be? What's going on? And here is the, King of Swords, very much in their mind and thought, and off into their mental world, because the this king is given a second portion of air, so they're the master of thought. So I'd like they're out in their head, and they're off thinking about things um here. And then also the Emperor, another major arcana, decisions, new starts. What do I want? Doing this kind of thing. I don't feel like there's madness here. I feel like they are all here about, it's about them right now, because we've got the Magician and the Strength card. All these major arcana. I mean, you've got connecting to your higher self. I mean, you got, look at two, connecting to your higher self, what I want to bring down into the world, connecting to their higher selves here, making decisions that they want to do in the world. Who am I? What do I want to do? I must feel like they've just kind of stepped away from all their phone and all the activity, and they're like just reflecting on life. And that's why I feel like maybe they got out into the wilderness or something here, going out hiking, getting away from things, turned off their phone because they're in the middle of reflecting and doing um doing activities that are about them. And I feel like they'll answer everyone, but I feel like they're kind of just in this inner me moment, which birthdays, hey, that's what they're doing. Is this a significant birthday? Like, do they hit like 25, 30, something like that? I don't know. I feel like it's like there's a significant, not that they're depressed or anything. I don't feel like that. I just feel like they're 31. So it's like they're, all right, what am I going to do with my life? What am I wanting to do? And it's been a year, and where am I at? Yeah. Yeah. No, no, I'm 25. I'll know about that in about 5 years again. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's definitely a huge reflection, that's happening here. And naps. I feel like there's naps involved here. But, yeah, I don't feel like there's any anger or anything. I just feel like they're reflecting on their life, and that they kind of just turned off their phone. No. Oh, maybe they're with someone. Ooh. But this is partnership and love. So when because I was asking, are they mad at you? No, no. they're not. They've got the love here. So I just feel like they're busy doing some things, and they just are not getting back to anyone yet. Ah, okay. Maybe she's having breakfast with someone else. Yeah. It's got the sun card again, reflection into their subconscious and their inner child. So um yeah, just trust that she's on her little journey. All these major arcana, I feel like she's having a significant uh review of her life right now. Let's see anything else. Yeah, death and rebirth. Yeah, I mean, all these major arcana. So I feel like there's this big wake up that she's having, and she's just realizing, wow. So I just feel like she's just in her own little world, taking her own time for herself. But she'll contact you, yeah, because we've got balance. So she's coming back here. I feel like I'm gonna pull a psychic tarot oracle card here for you. Just feel like they keep on I kept on wanting to pull more cards, but now they're like, let's pull an oracle here. Yeah. So we've got the 5 of cups. So I feel here's this reflection on their emotions. So they're reflecting back on their 3 of cups, and then also looking at their power of emotional choice. Let's see what comes in here. Yeah, because it says the number 5 emotions card comes forth at a time when they may be experiencing or grieving a loss of someone or something they were emotionally attached to. They're honoring their feelings, and only by healing and loving themselves, by letting go of the past, can they continue their journey. The suffering associated with this loss delivers profound wisdom and knowledge for their soul. Their unique gifts, talents, and abilities, as well as their joy and sorrow, will not only make up who they really are, but better yet, who they will become. The painful experiences of life are equally as valuable as the joyous ones. So they can focus all their positive energy on the good in their lives and what they're grateful for. They can use their healing energy in this way and try not to focus on what they've lost, for new beginnings and happiness are just around the corner. So I feel like again, there's this reflect. I feel like they're doing this reflection on what they feel they've lost in their life this last year and where they're wanting to head. Um, and Yeah, so I feel like they're kind of maybe they're grieving some things too. Maybe there's an anniversary of someone leaving their life, but I feel like that's a huge reflection on where they've been, what has happened, where they are, and where they want to go right now. So just send her a lot of love, 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 and I feel like you'll hear from them by the end of today. Um, yeah, so I feel like they're just kind of in their little, yeah, they're working mode. They're working on things. Um, yeah, so just give a little bit of time. If you left a message, you might just call like one more time and just say, "Hey, just you know, if you already wished her a happy birthday, whatever, just share that you hey, just checking in on you. Hope you had a great birthday, and if you I'm sending you lots of love. If you wanted to chat, hit me up. Love you. Just give her a little bit of love. Love, 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 right? And I feel like you'll hear back from her tonight. All right, Katie, thank you so much again for your donation, and we send her lots of love. I know it's definitely and then it's perfect. Yeah, so that's perfect. So that's confirmation. And Gemini moon energy right now too, right? Is today. So igniting a lot of overthinking going on for us all. So that's good. And if you want to check any of the new moon wish stuff, um, be sure to check out the my last night's live in the beginning. If you jump to, I actually have it in the pinned comment. You can click on the timestamp, but 5:55 talks about Gemini new moon energy too. So if you want to look into that, that's available. All right, and again, thank you so much for your donation, and much love to you. Heart, heart, heart! Yay! All right. And I think that was all those. So thank you, thank you. All right, and let's see. We left off with Magician for the free reading. So I'm going to skip over here to the Good Tarot. Take another sip here. Let's see what we've going on here. And since I've been on a little over 2 hours, I'm going to kind of with the free readings, I usually do two cards. I'm going to kind of start with go to one card each for the free readings, just to try to get through as many as I can. And the good news is I'm here tonight and tomorrow morning and tomorrow night too. So I'll be on here quite a bit. So let's see here, Magician, your future self's message is about your career and your love life. All right. So we do have the Ace of Swords. And Ace of Swords is, seeing things from a higher perspective, connecting higher. And so your higher self, of course, is connect higher, connect to me more. But it's about seeing things from a higher perspective and from a place of unconditional love. It's a double-edged sword which allows you to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are rooted in the lower, the small t truths, which are rooted in the fear of failure, losing conditional love, rejection, all those delicious things, right? So we have a lot of ideas around career and love that were fed our entire lives. Popular opinion, right? Supposed to, should, need to, have to, musts, any of those words trigger going, oh, this is one of those. But we can cut those away and free ourselves from them by connecting to the higher realm and seeing things from a higher perspective. Brings us freedom. We can have so much restriction put on our lives that we feel like our career has to be this and our love has to be this and it has to happen this exact way with this exact type of person with the exact company, whatever it all is about, right? And what's great though is as we clear these away, there's more opportunity that comes in, and we build this trust with to our higher self and the spirit world that they're going to bring in the who and the what and the perfect how and the perfect when. And it's a wonderful, they're like if you go with the flow and you um focus in on the moment, focus in on the gratitude of what is, then we fear less of the future and we worry less about the past or vice versa. You know, there's this freedom that comes through this. So I like it. And you being the magician, you probably understand all about where you focus your energy is what grows and expands. And so I like that they're saying that there is no wrong choice of career, there is no wrong choice of love. To free yourself from a lot of these supposed tos and these laws you have, and instead grab your magic wand and realize what I focus on is what's going to expand. I don't want to focus on what I'm missing because I'm telling the universe I'm missing all that stuff. I enjoy missing all of that stuff. Can I miss all that more? Instead, we start focusing on what am I grateful for in my career? What am I grateful for in my love life? Then more things to be grateful for come in those areas too. So I like that for you, magician. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Alrighty, and then I did have a donation come in. So Beauty Queen, I shall return to you for the next free reading here. So Dune, thank you so much for your donation. All right. So you sent an email to a journalist a couple of minutes ago. If she read it, what will her reaction be? All right, let's take a look here and see what's coming in here. Okay, anything else? All right. All right. So you got two sets of cards here. The first ones are these here, which so the initial reaction they have here, we got the two of earth, two of pentacles, balance, a balanced approach. So they are looking at it with an open mind in a balanced way. And again, here's balancing with the justice card with the can see the it has the scales here. So we've got this balancing energy with the 11, this balancing energy coming in here. So both of mind with the sword here and in the physical world, they're really looking at it from an open-minded, open perspective on it. They have the six of fire, again, balancing three wands on each side. So I feel they're looking at it and they're looking at it like their reaction is, "Okay, let me look at this. Let me" they're weighing it out, they're thinking through it, they're really evaluating it, and so I like that. Um, I feel like their reaction here, we've got the Page of Air, Page of Swords, which is seeing things from a different perspective, kind of an editing type of approach to it here. Yeah, I feel she will, because this is new communication as well. And the Seven of Swords is also this, um, becoming aware of what of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are deceiving us, and I feel like they respond back to you with some clarity around what you communicated, and they're just wanting to make sure that they're understanding things. But I feel like there's some I don't know what you sent if there's like some editing or a change of perspective. I almost feel like they'll respond to you going, "I'd like what you have." This is like what they're showing me in my head. "I'd like what you have. Have you thought of putting like this twist on it or see it from this perspective and, do that?" And then it's like, "Oh, okay." So be also open-minded in what you receive back, like they are with a balanced approach, seeing things from an open place, an open mind, and a balanced energy. Um, you know, if they suggest anything, try not to, become defensive about it, right? Ah, okay. Yeah. Um, so that's cool. So, they will respond back to you and for clarity. And I feel like they are, saying, Have you thought about this way of looking at it?" But I feel like they will, have you, um, you know, do that they'll have you, um, like they've edited, like, is this okay? Like, that I post your response like this, type of thing. So, so I do feel like they will respond. It'll be an open-minded response. I feel like they're used to it, especially being a journalist, that they're like, okay, I see. They're used to people voicing their opinions to them, and their opinions, they're used to voicing their opinions, obviously. But I like it. I feel like they will respond, and that they will, um, they're weighing your response, but they'll it's like they're almost asking you to see, I see where you're coming from and da 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 da, da, but have you thought about it this way, kind of thing too. So I feel like it's a nice correspondence, a nice interaction. I don't think they're gonna go like, "Screw you," in your opinion. No, they're gonna say, "Hey, I see where you're coming from, and what how do you feel about this?" Yeah, exactly. Give and take. They're just like, this is where I was coming from. What do you think about that? Or, that kind of thing. So I like it, Dune. So way to express yourself. All right. And that's what they have for you. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And Shilpa, thank you so much for your donation. And then I did get a couple cash apps through, so I'll look at those here in just a moment. So Shilpa, you want to know, will Nikhil come to meet you once you're in the same college and college will be finished after 2 months? Will he come to meet after college also? This pain. Oh, oh, I'm so sorry, Shilpa. All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on here. And the pain is fear, right? And I know when we're in it, it sucks because it feels like someone's, that the pain in our heart is like someone that, when someone scares you and startles and bah, that first feeling, that's the fear. And the fear that we have that's ignited in us, what it feels like heartbreak, it's actually our physical heart going into fight or flight mode. And the pain feels continuous because we're looping our pain. We're not stepping off of the merry-go-round, right? So something that you can do to help with the pain that spirit is mentioning is whenever we go into any kind of fight or flight, to come out of it, because we go into emotional, mental confusion, all sorts of stuff happen in our body, right? Our immune system shuts down, our nervous system, our digestive system, our body's flooded with, adrenaline. And I got 17 1 17 here. So 17 1 17 is an important number. Um, also for this, you might look up like angel number 17, because ones are new beginnings, seven are obstacles, overcoming things, right? We'll take a look here. But when we take big, deep breaths, try to hold it. The more we can do that, it brings us back out of pain, right? And it brings us back from fight or flight. Because when we're sleeping, we don't feel the pain because we're not thinking about it, or we get distracted by something. We do that too. And of course, you might be having all this Gemini new moon energy, overthinking, right? We are all overthinking right now. If you check out my last night's video, um, my live last night, um, at 5:55 is with the new moon Gemini energy. It talks about how to deal with that Gemini new moon energy and how you can make the most of these new moon wishes too. And that will help your mind, focus as well. So let's take a look here. So yeah, I have June 17th and I'm in mountain time. So mine showed 17 1 17. It was like, oh, 1 7 1 1 7. Dun dun dun. All right, so let's take a look here. Let's see what is going on here for you, Shilpa. Um, but I understand. I went through heartbreak. Well, really, 3 times out of 5. After 3 times, because our fear is I'll never find love again. You know, like the first time that we have this parting of a significant relationship. It feels cut so deep because it's so fresh and new, and I'm like, I'm never gonna find love again. And then we find love again. We're like, oh, and then we, bond with them, and then that ends, and I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna find love again. And then the third time, you find love, and you bond and you get deep, and then that ends, and you're like, you know what? I'm probably gonna find love again. It's not as deep because, like, I found love 3 times. I'm bound to find, oh, four. Yep, I found four again. And after that one ends, it's like, oh God, I'm gonna find love again. Am I? Ain't I? So, not making light of your pain, just giving you hope for the future. It's like it does. You're not alone, and it definitely, changes. So, all right. So let's take a look here. Spirit wants you to know here. So, will they come to meet you once you go to college here? We've got the Hierophant here, first of all. The Hierophant is this invitation. Well, this is higher knowledge, in a way, but it's about finding your true you and being drawn into your your heart here. The messenger of fire, this is the Knight of Wands. It's the fastest moving knight out of them all. And I feel like that you're on this fast track to really get to connect with your higher self. And so they're wanting you to see this here, because they're like, I don't feel like they will. I feel like there's this um change of things that are happening here for you, because you've got two sixes here too. You've got the six of water, which is about this transformation and flow of old memories, old transforming of uh, painful emotions into unpainful emotions. And you have the six of fire, which is this movement of your energy too, to a place. It's like, they've been talking here lately about that our lives are like a hot air balloon, and we have all these weights that keep it at a lower vibrational energy, keeping it at a lower place. And we cut away those sandbags as we realize these emotions and these things that no longer serve us, that we don't need, as we have this awareness that comes around with us, right? Because with the Hierophant, you also got the Justice card. Justice card, here's that 11, 1, 7, 1, 1, 1, 7. Here's these ones all coming in here. And there's this, you know, Ace of Swords here. And this Ace of Swords allows you to see things from a higher perspective, these capital T truths, but it also helps balance out the scales, and it helps cut away the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve, these of fear. And this is the cutting away of those, um, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you here. Those that are rooted in fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of losing conditional love, right? And so, they want to, talk about the pain and the transformation of, those uh, emotions, because we at some point we grow tired of being a vessel of pain because of someone else's actions or non-actions or words or non-words, and we're realizing, that's not for me anymore, that doesn't define me. Those things are, though other people's actions or non-actions, has nothing to do with us, it has to do with them. And the emotions coming up within you are what we can look at and what we can transform. And then we end up pouring out the pain to make room for that vessel, for love to come in, for new love to come in, something that's more aligned with you there. But I don't feel like they are with all this. It feels like things are moving very fast, like you're on a fast track of getting to your higher self, and because there's things to be done, there's things for you to move toward, and they don't want this weight that's holding your hot air balloon down. It's like it's time to cut those so that you can release those and move into this life that your higher self has in store for you, that is so much more than you can imagine, and so much more that you would have had with Nikhil. So I feel like this is the message they have for you right now, Shilpa. So hang in there. You're definitely not alone in having felt pain, from a relationship that it isn't unfolding the way that we wanted it to, that our human wanted it to. But just know that people don't leave us. Uh, People are removed out of our life for us, to make space for what is truly meant for our life, and to clear the path for the direction that our soul wants to take us. And they won't take us down. They're always taking us in a higher direction. So just know, if you thought Nikhil was amazing, who's destined for you down the road is will blow them out of the water. So I know that may not help right now, but just sending you lots of love and hang in there. Okay. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. Alrighty. All right. So thank you so much, Random, for your donations. Right. You're very welcome. So random, you say, why can you not help but feel so much hate towards Travis, even with really trying very hard? Oh, not to be that way towards anyone. He's the only one. Oh, nice. He's your special agent, huh? Let's take a look here. Let's see what's going on there. Let me just take a sip here. So let's find out here. What is going on? Why is Travis your button pusher? Like they're showing me a little a little monkey just pushing a button. Bink, 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 bink. It's like, what can we do with the monkey? Release him into the wild. All right. Well, interesting. Let's see what these are here. So they've got three sets of cards, two, two, and two, and it looks like L L L. La 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 la. Oh, la 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 la. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, definitely a source of. You tell me he acts like a monkey. Now I'm thinking of what was it? Uh, Pee Wee Herman's Great Adventure. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what I make me? I can't. Well, I don't make monkeys. I just train them. Wow. So you've got the two of air here, and we've got the five of air. So swords, right? Thoughts, thoughts, thoughts. Here's the conflict, right? So the five of air is this battle of, proving that my small t truths are more truer than your small t truths. So I feel like they just, yeah, I could see where it's like there's this battle. It's almost like they're your I'm seeing the fencing on God, um, and like they're your fencing partner. The two of air, so a solution that they're bringing in here um, is, the two of air is closing our eyes and opening our heart is like their first piece of advice, and they'll build on this. So we're like, okay, I get it, I get it, I get it. And like you said, you do it with most people, but this one is the challenger, right? Did you say what sign are they? Are they an Aries by chance? We got the Emperor energy here, which is Aries energy. Leo, well, yeah, well, okay. Well, still the Emperor Leo here. Very much this you know, I rule the world and this is what you need to do and should do and have to do. I feel like do they share their opinions with you of what you should be doing and what you're doing wrong? Is that possibly part of the conflict? We got the messenger, the knight of swords, knight going into battle, the battle of the wits, the battle of the minds. But the knight again is talking about, you know, it's in search of this ace of swords, which allows us to see things from the higher perspective and release our fears. So wonderful, wonderful Travis is actually a very close soulmate of yours from the other side. And uh-huh, right? Isn't that great? And so they're this beautiful, beautiful mirror that they agreed to be this mirror for you and to be this um agitation, because it's the agitation that helps create the pearls. They're like the sand and the clam. that they are the one that helps create pearls for you, within your life here, because, uh, they're not like it's, not twin flame energy. Oh, yeah, so no, I didn't even see that yet. So, wow, they're right on the money here because 'cause they're like, it feels twin flamey, but they're like, but it's not. It's just it's almost like a younger brother, irritation, and I can say that, I'm a younger brother. My brother would probably, like, be agreeing, "Oh my god, yeah." Because here is the 5 of water and the 7 of fire. Odd numbers, emotional, rah, and then the 7 of fire, rah, um, this defensiveness, that we feel and this focus on, our lower vibrational emotions. This is what they bring for you, and they're doing it for you. And it's like there's this wonderful, wonderful Yeah. Well, Leo energy, all fire signs are childlike, not childish, but they have this excitement about life and all of that stuff. So I like it. Wow. It's like a sibling. It's like, hey, my little brother. Yay. Um, so but the reason why yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, so what we can do here, the big thing is they're mirroring things for us, and they did agree to be this mirror. And so why the reason why it's so agitating is because they're showing us things, some of the remaining little tidbits that can be removed, right? That a lot of other people aren't able to mirror back to us. So that's why I feel like they're this special agent, and again, not twin flamey, um, but so the hate is fear. Hate is rooted in fear because hate is the fight in the fight or flight. Like, I got to defend my honor. That's like the Knight of Swords. I've got to go in with my sword and prove that I'm right and you're wrong, right? Which is great. And so how we release ourselves from this hatred is we after we've had our battle, we just when we're calm, we can look and go, just ask ourselves, okay, what was I fearing? Why was I fearing this? And when we realize, okay, because that's how we dismantle these triggers for the bombs, we look at it and go, okay, why did it blow up? And how do what was this from? Because it's a thought, it's a mindset, right? And so you had said like so where you fall short on, um, they, you know, are like, "Hey, you did this," and you're like, "Oh, when anyone does this, whoop, whoop, whoop," right? We have these alarms that go off, and we're ready for battle. Um, and I love if you have you ever checked out Byron Katie? Um, she has a wonderful website, thework.com, and she has amazing videos on YouTube too. It's BYRONKATIE. Life-changing thing because she has this judge your neighbor worksheet, which is amazing because it has the turnarounds. It allows us to do a lot with the mirror work of it. Um, and it allows us to see what's really at the root of it. And, because it reminds me of this um, example she gave with her first husband, which she's no longer with. But when she started doing her work, she would say, um, he would come in from work and go and, Katie, um, what is wrong with you? And she goes, my first thought was he should not be yelling at me. But then I questioned that thought. Well, if he shouldn't be yelling at me, he wouldn't be yelling at me. So he's trying to get my attention. And she just really took away the judgment of people's actions and go, what am I learning from this? But it's wonderful, this turnaround with the work, because it allows you to throw up on page. So you do battle on paper. She goes, go to war on this paper, on this worksheet. And it goes, when so and so does this, I feel that, blah, 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 blah. And then, it's like, I think that they should, this is da 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 da. I want them to stop doing this. And this is blah, blah, blah. And you just let your ego just rah, and be totally honest. The more honest you are with it, then the huge the turnarounds are. An example is like when my mom would share with me that, something going on with her body, she was in pain or something, I'd be like, "Oh my god, why is she such a victim? Blah 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 blah." And it would just, for some reason, I would just get upset about it. And what was wonderful is, like, in this worksheet, it's like I feel angry when my mom acts like a victim, you know? And then what you do is there's these turnarounds, which I don't want to do a spoiler alert, but it's like, um, I get angry when I act like a victim. And I'm like, oh, and they're like, and then you write three examples of how that is true. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am acting like a victim. When I feel like my mom's acting like a victim, I'm going, oh my God, you guys won't believe what my mom said. And it was like, wow. And then a turnaround was, my mom does not act like a victim. And how is that true? And I'm like, you know what? She always is on her doctors about, well, that didn't work. What about this? And she takes her medication and she pursues things and she does extra things to try to help. And I'm like, she really owns her health. And so that's not a victim. And then it allowed me to see her differently and see when she shares. And it got me to a point where I could ask her, I go, hey, mom, when you tell me about like your pain, what are you telling me that because you want me to do something, or what, why, what do you want me, what do you want from me when you tell me that? And she goes, nothing, just listen, I'm venting. And I'm like, "Uh," and so now when she shares what she's going through, I just go, I'm sending you lots of love, mom. She just wants to vent it. You want to release him from your life, but fear, you're not supposed to on a higher level. Human beings, oh yeah, definitely understand that. And I like that the awareness you have around that, because, you know, like I had 5 relationships and each of them were showing me the same thing about myself. So if you release them, they'll just come back in someone else's body anyway. Why start all over, right? You have them somewhat trained, but I like it for you, and definitely check that out because I feel like it's a huge transformative tool that will help, and it frees you from so much, but it allows you to see them differently too. And you're just like, oh, okay, because what does it mean when they don't remember things that are important to me? We reflect on those things when they are pointing out how we're falling short. It's like, okay, why do I fear that? It helps us really get into these triggers, and they are mirroring for us. And when we can realize that they're not just being jerks, but that they're being mirrors for us to free us, it's like, okay, why do you keep showing me that I'm in a cage? How rude. And they're like, well, because I want to show you that behind you, the door is open and you can escape from there. And you're like, oh, well, thank you after all. Because I actually do look at the 5 relationships, longest ones that I was in, as my teachers, that they showed me continually what I wanted to see about myself until I saw it, and a lot of it was, uh, you know, I felt they were disrespecting me either by not honoring commitments or how they spoke to me or how I felt they were fitting me in between the important things. and, yeah, all that, right? And I finally realized, and it was The Path. If you haven't read The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra, another life-changing book that was like, because one of the things they ask is, "What are you looking for in a mate?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I want someone who does not disrespect me like all of these did." And I was like, "Ah, it felt good." And then the next paragraph, they go, "Well, that's what you need to find within yourself." And I'm like, the book went flying across the room. I think I shared that once. It went because I'm like, "What do you mean? I respect myself." And then I realized, no, when I get in relationships, I'd abandon everything for them. I go, "That's not very respectful of myself." And I'm like, "Okay, you're right." And they showed me, and then I realized I learned self-respect, which was amazing. But I hear you. All right. Well, I did go off on a tangent. Sorry about that, everyone. But I feel like that's helpful for more than just me repeating it to myself and to anyone else that was helpful for. Yeah. But I do like this for you, Random. You do have the Wheel of Fortune. Things do turn around here, and the Five of Fire changes from this flamey, fiery energy to something of fear to something of love. So there is hope. There is this wonderful changing of things here. I love the heart. That even your human feels like this will be fortunate for you. The tune of for you. Mm, yeah, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, luckily, you don't have to teach him that for him. He'll have to learn that himself. You get to invest all your energy on you, which is the most beneficial use of our energy for sure. All right, Random. Well, that's what they have for you right now. So let me know if you have any questions on any of that stuff. I'm happy to help. I think you have my email because I think we, right? So, many, many blessings to you. And we will talk soon. So many blessings. Yeah, right? Yeah, yeah. I hear you. Realizing that they've chosen their path and that they're learning like we're learning. So uh, they can go through their own white water rapids and enjoy their journey. You'll take pictures from the shore. All right. Much love to you. Many blessings to you. I think that was all my donations for right now. So I'm going to return back up to the free readings. Thank you guys for your patience there. Beauty Queen, you want guidance for your love life. All right. So you have the Six of Fire. The Six of Fire is this, you know, it's balanced energy. It's being seen. It's knowing that you are seen and having recognition too, for, from the higher realms, that you're never alone. You're surrounded by a great posse of support. I like this too. We were just talking about this of, the biggest thing we can do with love is all the little sandbags that are keeping the hot air balloon down. The more we cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and emotions that no longer serve, the higher the balloon goes, and the more we go up into the higher love, whereas really the type of relationship we're wanting. Because lower vibrational love, full of fear and betrayal and drama, and we come down here to experience it. But when we've had enough of that, we can release things and we can move to a higher place here too. I feel like with this too, keep an eye out, um, because there is this equal flow of energy, this balancing that's on either side. And with this, it's also about being seen or seeing them. And it's almost like you are going to be coming across someone. They want to let you know that the love of your life, the one like your love partner, your soul partner that you'll end up with, you're actually going to meet them where they are standing out or you're standing out. So like they're on stage or you're on stage, like on a wedding or karaoke or presenting something or in front of class, teacher, not bartender, but like a bartender, how they're separate from everyone else. It's like the separation is where you'll see them and you'll spot them and they'll spot you. And it's like they're showing me someone singing and they lock eyes with you and they start singing to you and the whole everyone else disappears. And then they're like, hey, who are you? So I like that. So that is what is coming through there for you. And I like it. So that's their little skinny on love for right now. So many blessings to you. All right, Pinky Pink, you are up next. Oh, thank you so much for your additional donation there. Thank you, Random. You're so sweet. Thank you. All right, Pinky Pink, you want to know Leo's feelings and next action towards you. Let's take a look here. All right. All right. Well, okay. Let me just see. There's it's supposed to be one card, but they just have this combination here. Let's just take a look here. Okay, yeah. So, okay, so they're definitely showing here. There's a lot of a lot of thought and belief. I mean, we got all these cards. They've got all these swords and temptation and the nine of the nightmare and insomnia card. You got the king of water balancing and uh, the four of wands marriage card. They've got all of this. They're like, oh my gosh, this is jam packed, right? And it just was like they've got so much going on in their mind, so many expectations, so many thoughts and beliefs that I understand why, there's this whole this cocoon transformation that's happening. And they definitely are on this inner journey of who am I? What do I want? Where do I want to be? Who do I want to become? So they showed me all those because it's supposed to be a one card quick card right now. But they're like, no, because they wanted to see and kind of represent what's going on in their mind. Because I talked very fast just now, but they got all that stuff going on, and they're going through this huge transformation, trying to figure out what they want, who they are, and what's going forward. So, their feelings and next actions feel like on hold. It's like their feelings are all just because they've got so much going on in their head. I feel like their feelings are like paused, their next actions are paused, and they're in this cocoon, and we're like, where do they go? They're in a cocoon, and you're like poking the cocoon and there's no response. Every once in a while you see some movement, you're like, is the butterfly coming out? And they're like, nope, not yet. And you can't open up, you can't force them out of the cocoon, because if you ever open a chrysalis or a cocoon, the butterfly or moth hasn't developed their wing muscles and they can't fly. They're just going to be a pretty caterpillar. So I like that for you, just as far as information to show you that this is where they're at, what they're going through, what they're experiencing, and it's okay. Let them. They have to do it because you're not going to be with this fat chubby caterpillar that's been eating all the leaves. You're going to be end up having this butterfly that comes out of the cocoon, someone who can fly and doesn't consume leaves. It actually goes and gathers nectar from the flowers instead, and has a different role, a productive role instead of a destructive role. So I like that this is happening, and it's like you will appreciate them on the other side of it for going through it. So I feel like they're saying, have patience with it, allow them to be and do what they need to do right now. I know, right? So that is what's coming in regarding that right now, Pinky Pink. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. So, Linksley, you'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation that came through. Look at boom, boom, knock on wood. Every single one has come through this today. Maybe they overheard us about PayPal emails. So thank you, love. One, two, three, four. Let's take a look here. Hey again. uh, just a little, or excited, or both. Let's take a look here. Wow. Okay. Excitement. I'm definitely excited to see you. All the cards come flying out here. And let's take a look here. Okay. So, Queen of Fire. So, um, lot of fiery energy, and of course, we've got this, we've got the messenger of water. Here's the King of Cup. I mean, the Knight of Cups. Movement of emotion. So when emotions start to fly, things start activating, right? Um, when um, when they come across as controlling, that's because their inner child feels out of control and unsafe, not unsafe, but just feels out of control. So, remember that we have like our, this energy that comes in here, that you have. You are this bright, fiery force, right? So, you're around yourself all the time. So, the energy that exudes from you might also be appear to them a little controlling, right? Um, and you're like, "Well, I don't see how I am," but it's because you're around yourself all the time. And, that's why, some people used to tell me, "You're a little intimidating," and I'm like, "I am?" And I'm like, "Uh, I how?" But it's not that I intended to be, it's just sometimes confidence can be intimidating, and, if someone is not as confident, then they can feel like they need to get in control of things because 'cause they're feeling out of control. So I feel like that's an important thing to know is like, "Oh, yeah, I can, uh" 'cause I used to take action, 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 and, and that would make other people who are afraid to take action feel intimidated or feel out of control, right? So allowing people to do things, allowing people to flow, really helps, right? Because they do see you here as this, three of Earth, three of Pentacles is, you know, someone who is true to their authentic selves, and they're like, "Here I am, bam," and they're like, "Oh my gosh." 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles. Oh, overflow, this beautiful energy, fullness, wholeness, and completeness in the outside world. Usually this is, it has, two people, the children, the dog, everything else. So, there is all this stuff coming in here. And um, so when they feel like they're a little, uh, you know, um, controlling, just realize that they're being a mirror, and you can realize, "Oh, how am I being controlling? How am I trying to control things?" And then because that mirror for you is happening for you, right? So just be aware of that. They are very excited to see you. You got the Queen of Water, deep emotions that are existing here, and here's all these queens again. I feel like it maybe, we talked earlier about, um, it's a controlling mother, right? Was that yours that we talked about? Because I see all the feminine strong energy. I feel like they might have had a very I think we did. We talked about that was you, right? The controlling mother. I know I've been on for 3 hours. I'm like, they all start to merge in my human brain. But this controllingness, I feel like they've had strong controlling women in their life, and so they feel like they have to be in control too. So it's like, psh, psh, psh. So allow control to go, release. They're excited to see you. They're not trying to control things, but they also don't want to be controlled. And if you you might not even be trying, and they can feel controlled. That's why I always say, I'm not intimidating, they are intimidated. There's a difference, right? So there's this freedom, you know, just understand where they're coming from and allow everything that appears to be a good mirror for you to see about yourself, right? Yeah. So get the four of fire, equal balanced energy, two flames on each side, right? But it's joy, celebration. So they're very happy, and like we talked about, whatever you focus your energy on, is how great it will be, right? All right. But that's what they have for you. Hopefully that helped. So thank you again for your donation. Love 1234. All right. All right. All right. Very good. So that is what we have there. So many, many blessings. And so let's scroll back up here. And let's see. We left off with Links Lee. So, Linksley, general reading. Let's take a look here. I really will speed up now. Since I've been on 3 hours, I'm going to, my energy's starting to wane. So, I'm going to try to get through as many as the free readings as I can here, probably in the next 15 minutes or so. If anyone wants to make a donation, I still will honor those and complete them in this session. But if I don't get to your free readings, I am here in the evening, here in about 5 hours. So I shall return, and then tomorrow morning, also at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and tomorrow night as well. All right. So Links Lee, we have the Seven of Air here, which is the Seven of Swords. And this represents some of our own thoughts and beliefs that might have had deceived us and kept us from having and allowing ourselves to have things happen in our lives. I like this because this is this time of your life that there's this freedom that is coming towards you here, because you might have been going, why is this stuff happening in my life? But there's these obstacles that are being put in your path for you to bring these up. So if you've been having some things trigger, now you know why. You're like, thanks, buddies. But they're doing it for you because there's these repetitive triggers that have been bouncing around here underneath the surface that still impact your life, but they're bringing it to your attention so you can release it, so that they will not hold you back and hold you down, as before. So whatever these things in the outside world that are making themselves known, pay attention to them and even journal and go, what's the correlation? How do these make me feel? And when's the last time I felt this way? And when's the last time I felt that way? And the time before that. And it's going to get you some great clarity of this ripple that's been going on in your life that you're ready to let go of and free yourself from. So I like it. It's powerful, and we all go through them, so you're not alone in it. But it's a wonderful this realization that spirit's bringing forward for you, right? So that's what they have for you, Linksley, and then Light and Shine. You are up next, and you like a channel message from your future spouse. All right, let's take a look here. What does your future spouse have for you? Wow, two of water. So they are definitely, it's like, yes, you will have a future spouse. I am them. I like it. It's like there's this message, and they're funny. They're funny, funny. So I like their sense of humor. But they're saying, um, that I know sometimes you wonder, am I ever going to find a future spouse? And how are they going to be? And they're like, yeah, you definitely will. You're definitely going to have this close relationship. The two of waters, like the lover's card. It's like you will have this special connection, this special bond. It's almost like you're two peas in a pod, with enough differences to make it fun, but you get each other here. Two fishes of the same kind, right? Where you're just like, I get you, you get me, I get you. Um, but I like it. And they're like, just know that you know, that you do find, you do have a future spouse, and that we're like this. So don't worry, it's going to be fine. I like it. I like it. Just very affirmative, but funny. I think they want to let you know that they have a sense of humor. So it kind of almost feels a bit like, you know, the childlike energy of a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag type of energy, just very humorous, and I like it. So that is what is coming through for you, light and shine. So many blessings to you. And I did have a donation come in here. Hey, Cherry, thank you so much for your donation. All right. And all right. And so you are asking here about more about your first meeting. This will be with your soul partner. And the fat, chubby caterpillar sounds cute. It does until it eats all your plants and eats all your leaves and is consuming, 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 right? Then you're like, oh, not so cute after all. All right, so let's take a look here and see. Actually, switch up cards here. Choose the round tarot. And let's see what your future spouse, about your first meeting. Let's see what they want you to know here. And thank you for your donation. If I did not thank you for that. Okay, anything else? Nope. Okay. So we got here. All right. So um they're a bit of an introvert, it seems here. Um so a little bit to themselves, a little bit back, but um it's interesting. The When you guys meet, it's like it almost seems like a miracle to their friends. Because the Ace of Wands here is, passion and excitement and a lot of energy, which is totally, they're used to being more, reserved and that not around a lot of people and that type of thing. But it's like the reason why their friends feel like it's a miracle that you guys meet is because they don't go out a whole lot. Um, they're very reserved and like they'll do one-on-one and two-on-one things, but like out in huge public events and things, it's not their norm. I feel like we've got the hermit and the cocooning, which means they do a lot of their inner work and their um, you know, they do a lot of whatever it is. It's this independence where they're independent a lot, and so they do like their alone time, which I feel like you do too. So you're like, okay, it's not. Um, they're not going to be smothering. You're not going to be smothering, but they eventually they go out and you know like they attend to something that you're attending and oh, yeah, that's right. Because 'cause isn't this about, because you meet them, at this retreat? Oh, that makes total sense now. But they're like, hello?" I'm like, "Yeah," because they normally wouldn't go to this gathering, to this thing, whatever is happening where you guys meet, and that's why they feel it's a miracle because they normally are very, away from big crowds and all of that. So and that's why they feel it's a miracle because they normally wouldn't have, and they're just like, that you 2 met in this thing is like kismet, and so I like that. Also, it's like there's this energy. The 5 of Wands is something that starts off like with fear, but ends up being something very loving. And this makes total sense of where they're coming from. And also, like, gathering and going somewhere, maybe that's the way you feel too. But there's like a lot of, there's groups of people there, but it ends up turning into something here. So, I like this energy that comes in here, because it feels like both of you are like, "Oh my god, what's going on here?" But I feel like bumping into each other during this event that, it feels like it puts you both at ease, um, it feels welcoming, which I like here. Yeah, because it does. It moves you from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, but also it moves you from choppy waters to calmer waters. So again, here's this transformation, and and I like that both they're open-minded, and like you share things with them and they share things with you, and it's not like it feels great. It feels like you can talk about what you're thinking and you don't get judged by it. And they're like, oh, it's interesting. I look at it kind of this way too. And you're like, oh, cool. It's not like, oh, no, no, you're wrong. They're like, they accept the way you look at things in this beginning. And then you also, it's like this equal sharing where you don't feel defensive here at all. I got the Emperor energy here, which is Aries and fiery, energy in the beginning. But I like it because I feel like you both, it's almost like emperors meeting, that they're coming in here and they're meeting. And it's like you honor and respect each other's boundaries of your empire, and they respect there's this huge thing of respect. I'm not going to invade your land and you're not going to invade my land. There's like this mutual beautiful respect that's there, and it just feels like wow. And I like that for you there. More about the place. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Well, let's see, we'll see what they unfold here. You're gonna have to prepare yourself mentally. I feel like, even though there's gatherings of groups, it feels very serene where you guys are, 1,000 years before. Well, that's good. Maybe you have been preparing, your past, 9 lifetimes. This is the lifetime that you hit the 1,000-year mark. You're so funny. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So it is, here is it's work. It's related to, I really feel like it has to do with body work. Like, oh yeah. Oh, I feel you, I get you. I get you. Saint Zen, whatever. You're funny. Um but that 8 of pentacles, it feels like it's work, like body work, like energy work. I just feel like it's some sort of energy work, because here it is the 9 of cups, which is, wish fulfillment, emotional wish fulfillment, dreams come true. And it feels like the work that you truly are, what is your true dream is, you know it's like it has to do with that. It has to be where there's this offering of teaching, energy work, or whether it's, what they're showing me is all these different like acupuncture, qigong, reiki, different type of, tai chi. It's like this energy body work type of um learning. It's like this type. It That's what they're showing me. Um, so that's what's coming in. I just have to share it with you. And then the high priestess temple, again, there's a temple. There's a temple to a deity there. So again, I think we had, this is them reinforcing again here that there is, it's, there is a temple. And I think, again, they're reinforcing the female there, which was, yeah, Kuan Yin, right? So they're reinforcing it going, it is this, there is this energy work that's offered there. So they must have some sort of conference or training available that comes up. Um, and then we have the peace of mind. So I do feel like it's a peaceful, serene place that, our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have cheated us out of experiences, cheated us out of, you know, um, like I said, experiences and movement and deceptive thoughts. Um, we're putting it to rest and it's allowing us to go to this place. And so you'll know it because you're not going to have trepidations about it, about going there. You're going to have this peacefulness that it's just like, there it is. So I like it. And it's not going to happen before you're ready. So like you said, I have to prepare myself mentally. Yeah, and there's the mental preparation right there with the 7 of swords and the 4 of swords. So that is what is coming in there. All right. Right. Yeah, right? You're like, "Whoosh." We never do anything until we're ready for it, and so you'll be prepared, for it, and then even if it's like, you don't feel like you're prepared and suddenly you see a place and you're like, "Wow, I feel so much peace about it." It's like, yep, spirit can do that too. So I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you right now, Chewy Sugar. So many blessings to you. Maria, I may not get to it in this one here because there's a long list ahead of you here, and I'm about to close down here. I don't think. Uh, I'm trying to scroll down to see how many there are. It's a long list here. Oh, you sent a PayPal. Well, that is good. Why didn't it come through here? So now PayPal decided to stop working. So let me jump over there. So sorry. My old coffee over there. And let me just log in here because they've been all coming through. But of course, they have decided to stop. All right, here we go. Just jump in there. Well, there it is. Let me make sure no one else is. Oh, come on. No, the other ones came through. So they are just must be getting busy at PayPal. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much for your donation, Maria, and for letting me know that because I did not get notified. All right. So I'm excited. Let's see what comes through here for you. And so your question is for the coming up week for you and Roberto. Okay, the connection together. Like what is coming for both of you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. Okay. What else? Okay. Anything else? All right. So 322. Let's see what that is about here. Oh, okay. And let's see what these other ones are here. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we definitely have some wonderful transformation coming. We'll call it that. Well, here's the 2 of cups. Yay! So this is like the lover's card, but it's, definitely about, this important relationship, the love, the connection between the 2 of you. So we like that here. We have the 7 of wands that comes in here. I know, yay! Which the 7 of wands is this energy of not becoming defensive. understanding that, some people may not be happy about, you know, your joy that you're having, which is all right. Sometimes it's like friends. Why do you get to be happy and we don't? You come back down here and be miserable with the rest of us. That's one of the favorite phrases I have now. It's misery loves company, but so does joy, and joy throws much better parties, right? So don't let other people get you down this coming week here that you have coming up. That enjoy the connection, enjoy what comes in here, and we've got the Emperor card here too, which both of these have like kind of this not being afraid of what other people think because the Emperor, Aries energy, again, fiery energy for both of these, but the Emperor has people whispering in their ear all the time of the, advisors supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, blah, 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 right? Um, and so, this is about they go, thank everybody. You can leave the throne room. And now I'm going to make the decisions for me. Right. So I like this here that this is like, I am the emperor of my empire. I appreciate people's advice, but I make the decisions for my kingdom. And you don't become defensive. You just realize these people down here have, they're in a lower love vibration. They're feeling low about themselves. So when you are having this wonderful, what's unfolding, you know, it makes them feel like they're even lower. You're not doing it to them. That's what they're feeling, right? So you actually have this good, you know, um, uh, power that you're taking, and you're just, not allowing. You're standing in your authority. Ooh, I like that. Haters. Oh wow. Okay. Ah, yeah, very good. Um, I feel like th these cards were about, you. Um, of course, this is like, obviously that they're recognizing that, and you're seeing this bond grow. These other 2 cards were more about you, and these you standing up and you doing this. I didn't feel like that was them. I felt the energy was more yours for that one there. I feel like these 2 next 2 are more about them, because we've got like wish come true, wishes come true, and that they're working here, they're releasing here, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that kept them, back, fears, their own thoughts that deceived them, theft from them, thieved from them, right? From wish, stepping forward towards wish fulfillment. So I feel like this week is this energy that's coming that's allowing this to come in. This Gemini new moon, if you for those of you that weren't here in the beginning, or I mentioned it a couple times last night in the beginning of my live, I talked about the Gemini new moon and the 10 new moon wishes. And so if you go to last night's, and I'll post it at the end of this video too here shortly, but it's if you go to 555 in that one, that's where we talk about that too. So, there is this, energy that's going on here, the questioning of thoughts and beliefs. This is Aquarian air energy, and this, of course, is all air energy. So there's this cleansing and this moving away of thought and belief and mindset here too. So, it's good. They're releasing things, because here is more releasing of, and you got 2 tens. We've got this is not bad, so don't freak out about this card, because we have the 10 of swords, which is letting go of thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that no longer serve, and they're exhausted trying to live up to everyone else's expectations, and this is what has kept them shy, the fear of failure. But they're just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, and feeling all this energy they're investing trying to make everyone else happy. So this 10 is an ending of this and the beginning of freedom for them. So this would be like you're talking about, how not caring about what people say, and that they are making this movement forward here, which is the other 10. Whoops. the other 10. See, 2 tens. So this is part of the switching of the wheel of fortune where, um, things move forward. There's this opening up of things here, and, this is where even the human feels like, they are, that what is unfolding is for them. And so, there's this freedom that comes with this, which is great, because there is this wonderful awareness of that all these things that are unfolding, these things that are falling away, um, when our fears are outweighed by the ugly feeling of not being ourselves, then that's when we take action, right? Yeah, I'm feeling good about it too, because it just feels like, okay, I've had enough. And I feel like this Gemini new moon energy is really helping because it takes us into overthinking, which they're really thinking about all of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and all this, and they're letting it go. And so they're like, oh, okay, I'm ready to not be held back by this. So I'm liking that for you, Maria. So, thumbs up. I feel positive things for this upcoming week. Um, like I don't think they're going to ask you to marry him. It's not going to jump that far ahead in advance. That would probably give you a heart attack. But it's definitely you're feeling this bond move closer and closer and closer together this week. All right. Yeah. Woohoo. Wish. All right. So many blessings again. Thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then my last reading, yes, exactly. The Bond, James Bond. Um so my last reading for this session is going to be cheery for your last donation because I'm going to be on here 3.5 hours and my energy is like so I need to go eat to prepare for my evening session. So apologies to everyone I was not able to get to. Um let me just make sure here. Let me get to the right place here. Oh, here it is. So like I mentioned, if you guys want to check out about this new moon energy, here is the link to that video last night. And actually, in the pinned comment, I have the 555. So you can click on it. It'll take you right to the new moon area. Also, every week, I do put out a video on Tuesdays announcing what I'm giving away the following Monday. And I'll be giving away two 30-minute personal recorded readings. So if you want to get into the drawing, make sure to check out that video. That'll tell you how to get into that. And then yesterday, I also put out a new video series that I'll have each week, which is Take 10 with Zen. And there's a giveaway in that one too. It's a special giveaway outside of my regular one, just for the rollout of Take 10 with Zen. So be sure to check that out. And these are going to be videos that are 10 minutes and under, just that help us with connecting higher and understanding ourselves more. And you can ask questions, and I'll consider those to be for the videos too. So be sure to check that out. And then if you haven't checked out your monthly for June, I can't believe we're halfway through, but I do put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign. And those go quite in depth. They're usually, I mean, these were ranging around 40 minutes each, um, average. So be sure to check those out if you'd like to know more. And then also, I put out a pick a card, at least one each week. And this week was what can I be watching for? So also, I have a ton of pick a cards on my main page and other free content. So if you needed an answer right away and I wasn't able to get to you, go check out my. You can click on my name, bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot. It'll take you to my main page where all my playlists are, and just follow your heart and spirit will guide you to, uh, any of that free content with messages for you. So, again, thank you guys so much for all of you that gave a thumbs up on the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So, thanks for being part of the love tsunami. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah. Well, I know, random, right? Getting ready. Here comes more. I am actually working on a podcast. Uh, that I plan on rolling out the weekend of July 4th, which is coming up. So busy, busy, busy. But I love this. This is my life's passion. So I appreciate all your love and support, you guys. Alrighty. So I'm going to finish up Cherry's reading. But for everyone else, please know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world. Much love to you. And you guys take care. And we'll see you soon. So cheery. No more donations. This is the last. I have to go eat. So if anyone makes a donation, I will catch you on the next one. So I know, wink, wink. Don't. I'll pass out. I'll be like, and your eighth question. And then that is the end of Zen. All right. All right, Cheery, you're so funny. All right. So, okay. So you used to run away from someone, something in your dream, but now you're searching for it and you want to know about it. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Let's take a look here. Um, I actually want to use hmm. So your higher self, let's take a look here. This is the higher self oracle. All right, don't drop everything. Okay, what is this that you are running away from but are running towards? Okay, let's see what they have here. Vision. Was it a scary monster with a giant eye? I'm just kidding. So you got vision coming in here. Let's see what spirit is wanting you to know around this. Mm. Oh, wow. I like this for you. The little saying is from Carla Nashar. Says, I have three eyes, two to look, but one to see. And it says, you have been gifted with clairvoyance, the ability to see beyond the dimension of this world. And with this ability, you're able to see and communicate with spirits, angels, archangels, spirit guides, and elementals. Having this gift enables you to help others learn and grow by sharing knowledge from the divine realm. You may receive messages in your mind's eye in the form of colors, shapes, symbols, numbers, and signs. And this card is asking you to work on your third eye chakra and develop this gift further. You can open up your third eye by tapping on the chakra directly, meditating with white light, or envisioning an eye opening in the middle of your forehead. You can also place an amethyst crystal on your third eye chakra to remove any blocks from your sight. Additionally, you can send swirls of golden light into your brow chakra to clear any debris. Clairvoyance also allows you to access the Akashic records. We've talked about this, which are the documented records of all of your past lives. By developing this gift, you will have the opportunity to tap into the celestial hall of records to learn about your previous incarnations and any current problematic circumstances or patterns of behavior that could be rooted in those lives. If you seek more information, consider going to your local bookstore and ask your higher self to guide you to the best literature that will provide you some much needed information about this gift. And this card asks you to work on opening up to this gift to help others move forward in the right direction. Your grammar is dead. I like this. So, what you were running away from, um, was your, I feel like your this deeper gift, and you didn't want it before. You were like, um, not scared of it so much as you were running away from it. You just didn't want to not accept it, not accept it. That's not the right word. It just was like there's this this um I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it. Not now, not now. Get away from me. So you weren't afraid of it. It's just like I'm not I just uh later, later. But I feel like now, I feel like you're pursuing it and you're wanting it and you're wanting, this thirst, and now your third eye is opening more, and more and more and more. And so now this is you're ready for it. You're opening up for it. You've created the structure within your being for it, more, and so I feel like you're opening up. Yeah, I feel like, what was chasing after you was, like, the representation of Akashic records, of this spirituality, of this power, and I feel like it's like this powerful side of you that you were running away from, and it was disguising itself as someone else or something else. That's the way that it was trying to present itself from your subconscious, this energy, like this kundalini, um, higher energy that's coming up, and you were running away from it. And you're like, "No, no, I'm not ready for you, and that's too much power. I can't take that right now." And you were preparing yourself for it. Always telling you crazy things. Uh, but it's perfect, it's beautiful, I love it for you. So it is you, a part of yourself that was, trying to make itself known, and now you're like, "I'm ready for it," and they're like, "Well, come find me." And so, I almost feel like in your dreams, they 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 realized that, okay, you're aware of it and you're running away from it, so now, I don't know why they're showing that they split the energy into smaller pieces. It's like trying to make you eat a whole donut. Instead, they split it into a lot of little donut holes so that you can consume them, and that it's not so intimidating. And so you've been eating bits and pieces of it, and that's why you're seeking after it instead of running away from it. Too funny. Or maybe I'm just hungry. Now I want donuts. But that's what's coming through, Cheery. I like it. Um, what? Are you eating donuts right now? But, uh, but that's what's coming in. And, so thank you for your additional donations, and thank you for holding off on the additional 10 questions so that I can go eat, sub it all in like a sub sandwich. See, I'm hungry. But so that's what they have, Cheery. Again, thank you so much for all your donations and your questions and your sense of humor. You cracked me up. All right, sounds great. All right, and thank you guys so much, everyone else, for all your love and support. I will be back in 4.5 hours, so I shall return. So you guys hang in there until I see you again. Much love to you. Have a great rest of your night or day wherever you're at in the world, and we will see you soon. You guys take care. See ya.